Hello there, Wargamers, and welcome to our Warhammer 40k Battle Report for today. I am Luca from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by my guest George. We are playing 1,500 points of Chaos Demons against Necrons, and we are going to be fighting on a old, forgotten Imperial world that was long ago pulled into the warp.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
Today's Chaos Demon Force. I haven't really played these guys much at all this edition, and I figured give them some representation on the channel for all those Chaos Demon players out there who haven't seen many games with them maybe, or maybe they have. I don't know, I figured I'd give you some variety at least. I will be playing a mix of Nurgle and Khorne. They're my favorite Chaos Gods, so I figured why not throw them together. Leading it all, we've got a great unclean one, equipped with the Endless Gift, giving him a, hopefully, reliable feel no pain. And a couple of other characters, I'll be running one Bloodmaster as your basic Herald of Khorne, equipped with Argath, the King of Blades, making him, well, naturally a little bit more fighty, and he'll be joining some Bloodletters this game. And speaking of Bloodletters, I got 2 units of them, 10 strong. And then the last element of the Khorne forces will be a squad of Fleshhounds. Moving back to the Nurgle side of things, I have one Poxbringer Herald of Nurgle who will be joining some Plague Bearers, but there will be 2 squads of those 10 Plague Bearers, and lastly, 2 units of 2 Beasts of Nurgle. And that's it. Let's go take a look at what the Necrons are bringing to bear and what they're bringing to this horrible planet.
Hello everybody, it's George again. I'm playing my Necrons once more. We've got a little bit of a elite force today, being dragged through the warp for various reasons. So we're starting off with our Warlord, the Overlord, with a Void Scythe and the Sempiternal Weave. He'll be leading a unit of Lich Guard with a Technomancer as well. We've got a Scorpek Lord accompanying his 6 Scorpek Destroyers. Maybe I'll get a charge this time. Maybe not, who knows. And then we have a couple of Canoptek Doomstalkers to bring in some heavy fire, and my MVP constantly, the Doomsday Ark. And finally, we have the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon.
And with that, let's go take a look at the mission that we have set up today for our incursion into the warp. Even though the Necrons don't typically do it, there is a resource they covet, and it is minerals. For today's mission, George and I devised something very fitting for what we had in mind in this match between the Necrons and the Chaos Demons. The deployment will be a crucible of battle. However, we only have 3 objectives down because the primary mission will be the ritual. Now with the ritual, we have both forces either trying to finish a ritual or sanctify or corrupt the battlefield in a lot of different ways. We remove 2 of the objectives from No Man's Land except for the one directly in the middle. And then in each player's shooting phase, whoever's turn it is can select a unit to perform an action and set up an objective. Now it has strict requirements on where the objectives have to go, but they are going to help both players score more victory points throughout the course of the game. And if you set up an objective in a weak area, your opponent can come in and then take that area for themselves and then score victory points. You have to be careful where you place them. And then for scoring, starting in the second battle round, you're going to get 5 victory points for every objective marker in No Man's Land that you control, up to 15, so up to 3 of them themselves. And then scoring is a little different in the 5th battle round, but a lot of you are familiar with that already. And you can get up to 50 points there in the primary. The rest of the cards are going to be coming from our random secondary cards that we draw, which both players are going to play tactically this game. And to top it all off, the mission rule will be box static. There's something going on in this demonically corrupted world that's making it harder for us to receive commands, thus making the reroll and the New Order stratagem cost 2 command points instead of 1 to use. And as a reminder, if you want to come in and play some more games with us here at MiniWarGaming, well, you better go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge. You'll talk to Josh, he'll figure it all out. Really look for some heresy people right now. We got lots of 40k, lots of Sigmar. We'll always take more, but always fishing for more heresy. So if you're in the Niagara region or you're looking for a visit to it, that's where we are, well in Ontario. Also, usually at the end of my battle reports, if I have enough time, me and my guests kind of go into like a little bit of a podcast post-game. We always end up talking about Warhammer, the past, the future, all that kind of stuff too. So if you just want to listen to a couple dudes talk Warhammer for about 10 or 20 minutes, tune in at the end of the battle report if you get bored of watching it, or if you just want to skip to the end. Yeah, we talk shop for a bit, so come hang out. Let's take a look at this table before we deploy our forces on. We don't really know who's going to deploy which side yet. The idea of the table was it was supposed to be like ugly. Not saying that the terrain we're using is ugly, but I wanted it to be kind of weird because it's demons involved. So I figured some human planet, some human society that was long wiped out by whatever they awoke in the form of demons, and then the planet itself was just eventually encapsulated and pulled into the warp. But they had this rare resource, these minerals, I'll say these crystals for lack of a better term. We're not playing over here, this is like the cutoff area, but that's the only reason I could think of why the Necrons would venture into the warp. They don't really go into the warp ever. Like, I don't even know if they can technically, but maybe they found a way to get drawn into the warp because, technomancy essentially. So they figured their way into the warp, and they wanted these crystals for who knows what reason. More techno science, or I guess techno magic in a lot of ways, and that's why they're here. But unfortunately, they have to deal with demonic incursions, and that's kind of the theme of the table. And in general, the theme of the game, really. Yeah. So we got the pseudo-narrative mindset to the game. It's just a battle. It's the ritual. In this case, they're trying to fight off the demons, sanctify this area, per se, I guess, while the demons are just trying to fight off the invaders and keep this planet for themselves because the greedy, and that's me, I'm the greedy one. So we're going to go ahead and roll off. We're going to deploy our forces, and we're going to play ourselves some Warhammer 40k. It brings me to wonder, do you think anyone calls it Warhammer 40,000?
I think more people call it Warty-Thou, which was actually...
I've never heard that.
So that was like its, during Rogue Trader, it's like development title because of how ridiculous the title of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader
That's
was.
true. Yeah, it was a long name.
I think Rick Priestley started calling it Warty-Thou or something.
Okay, well, fine. Geez, that was a bad roll. I got a 2 though, for sides. 1. All right. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and pick this side. I'll deploy something first. I'm like technically the defender in a roundabout way because this is my planet by the right of conquest. But we're gonna go ahead and deploy over here. Now I am gonna be putting all of my corn elements into like a demonic deep strike, effectively. It's like a demonic incursion thing though. And then we're gonna go ahead and see what the Necrons do over there, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Like I said, I'm gonna put all my Nurgle stuff on the table. Great and clean one kind of in the middle. Just gonna push up the middle. It's gonna be, I want to avoid the Lich Guard bomb, but it's gonna be hard too in this kind of a mission, especially when playing Nurgle. Not really that fast. Can't maneuver around them. The corn elements can kind of mess around with that, I hope, but we'll see. Beast beside him. Plague Bearers over here for the back objective. And then more Plague Bearers with the Herald, the Poxbringer, right there. And then another unit of friendly little puppies ready to play the game over here. And what do we got on your side, George?
So we've got the Scorpic bomb unit. We got a Doomstalker. Yeah, Doom something. Then we got the Doomsday Arc. Then we got our Lichguard bomb. We got the Catan. And then another Doomstalker and a couple of Immortals. Exactly that. And that's pretty much it. We are good to start this game. Don't really know who's going to go first. Don't really mind either way. I'm going to see what these Nurgle elements can do, and we're going to hope for the best. You ready? Yeah, let's do this. All right, well, good luck. I got a 6. I got a 1. All right, well, I guess it will be Nurgle, Demons of Chaos, turn 1. You have to bear with me, guys. I've never actually played this army. It's not too complicated, but if I make any hiccups here or there, I do apologize. But I will try and keep it straight and narrow for you guys watching. And, time to Warhammer. Well, we got a couple of interesting cards to draw turn 1. Funny enough, I drew 2 cards earlier that could not be done on turn 1, so I had to, ones that you cannot do turn 1, I should say. And I drew into cards that I will not be able to do turn 1. We got Assassination and Overwhelming Force. Ain't killing a character, I ain't killing things on objectives either, anyone, so it's going to be a very simple first turn for the Chaos Demons, as I'll be getting myself some command points at the end of my turn. Just going to show you how I'm going to keep track of score in this game. I'll be on the left. Those would be the D10s for primary, D10s for George's primary. Secondaries will be on the sides, and just our current command points in the turn number
So for now, in my command phase, we get our command points. There won't be much in my command phase other than these plague bearers technically infecting this objective, making it mine until George takes it away from me. Not overly relevant in the ritual to have your home objective, but we are playing tactical missions, and he does have the Veil of Darkness. So I'll probably push forward and hope that you just don't go for it and deal with it if you do. There's only one card that will really make you want to go for it anyways. Oh, two, technically. Movement phase is going to be quite simple. We're going to push our Nurgle forces forward. The Beast and Nurgle are going to go up behind that building there. And I am going to set up one of the objectives in my movement phase. Nothing's going to advance. They are going to advance. They are going to advance. These guys are going to move forward. And I'll show you where they end up. And we're back with Daemons. So I actually did end up advancing the Great Unclean One. He was 1 inch short of getting to the objective there, so we will not have any claim over that one. Advancing forward our Plague Bearers, they rolled a 5. The happy little Beast and Nurgle went to go lick a pretty little green wall. These Plague Bearers advanced right up behind the Great Unclean One. And then the only one that didn't were these Beast and Nurgle, who, in my shooting phase, which I jump to right now, put this objective down through the ritual. So they can't shoot, they can't charge, and they have to put it within 1 inch of themselves and exactly 9 away from one other objective without being 6 of another objective. Has to be in no man's land as well, which it is, because my deployment zone is like... well, they moved out of my deployment zone, so that's good. And you can have, I don't know what the mathematical cap on objectives in no man's land is, but you can have kind of a lot. But only 1 unit from your army can do it a turn. So each player can put down up to 5 objectives technically, but I don't think there'd be enough room for it. And that's where we're going to corrupt this part of the battlefield even more than it already is. And because I control most of the objectives in no man's land is now in the shadow of chaos until you take that one objective, or you put your own down. Technically, yeah. So it'll be short-lived, but we got it. We did the thing. That is the end of Chaos Demons turn 1. We're gonna go to turn 1 for the Necrons. Before we go to the Necron turn, I should note I'm gonna get rid of both of my secondaries. They're not really achievable, because there's no real objectives to kill units off of yet, nor am I going to be killing any of the Necron characters anytime soon. So let's draw 2 new cards for Demons when we go to the second battle round, but for now we'll go to Necrons and we'll see what kind of cards they get.
Right, so for the Necrons we drew Cleanse and Investigate Signals. So Cleanse is like do an action on an objective, and then Investigate Signals is try and do an action in a corner. That one is kind of possible, but only with my Doomsday Arc, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Yeah,
it's just, Necrons are not actually bad at Investigate Signals because they have Sudden Storm available to them, but really depends on the deployment zones. This one's going to be unachievable, as will the opposite and mine, but you get 2 points per. The Doomsday Arc can just scuttle backwards a little bit and get you 2 victory points. You do have to give up shooting for the Doomsday Arc, but you figure you want to go for it anyways. Yeah, I don't blame you. 2 victory points, like... It all depends on what the outcome of the game is really going to look like. So, I mean, we can analyze that later on. I think the 2 might be worth it as well, but it's hard to say. As we go to the command phase for the Necrons, we're going to gain some command points each, and I don't think there's much you have to do. No battle shocks, nothing like that. There's no scoring yet. So we're going to go right to the movement phase, and I'll show an update on the command points. Like I said, no real primary yet, but because I discarded cards on my turn, I jump up to 3, whereas George is at 2.
Yeah, so basically for movement, everything that has legs that is not a Doomstalker or... Yeah, we'll just be moving forwards, and we'll do a little shuffly shuff backwards with the Doomsday Arc.
And we'll show you what that looks like in a second. And we are back. We kept the Doomstalker still because they get rules when they stay still. The Doomsday Arc moved back to be wholly within 9 of the corner to get 2 victory points for you because he's going to start investigating signals over there. We got Lichguard, Void Dragon, Immortals, Scorpek, and their Lord. The Lichguard are going to be placing, or they're going to be cleansing this part of the battlefield by putting an objective down there, which will be yours for the turn. So there's 3 in no man's land currently. And I guess the one thing is they have to be exactly 9 away from another objective and outside of 6 of another one too. And they can't be within 6 of any. So you kind of got room for 1 more here, maybe 1 more over there, and then a couple over there, but the middle's kind of getting clustered, so we'll see what that ends up looking like. But that means you're in the shooting phase, so where do you want to start?
I think we shall start off with the Doomstalkers.
All right, I can't actually remember what they do in this edition, so we're about to find out.
Yeah, let's have a quick...
And I don't know if we showed off where the objective will be going down. It'll be right there. That's at the end of the turn, though. So currently, I control the most amount of objectives in no man's land for the rest of this turn, which means the Shadow of Chaos will be in the middle, which mostly means his 4 Feel No Pain will be active instead of a 5 of Feel No Pain, in case you want to shoot him. Where are we going with this?
I really don't like the beasts because they regenerate and they're annoying. So we're going to start shooting at some beasts.
I am going to... That one has line of sight to them too, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to give them demonic reroll ones on their invulnerable saves for a command point. Literally just demonic invulnerability. Let them reroll their invulnerable save rolls of 1. So how many shots is it?
D6 plus 1.
It's going to be 3. BS4?
BS4 hitting on 3s.
Heavy though, yeah. 3s to hit. No negatives on the beast. That is 2 hits.
Lovely.
Are they devastating as well?
No.
Okay.
So we're looking at, what's their toughness?
I think like 7 or 8.
It might be 2s. We'll have to check if it is a 2.
2 and a 3.
Have to check.
Strength 14, toughness 9 actually. Invulnerable! Oh, we're good. Look at that. I'll pretend like I rolled a 1 into a 6 to make me feel better for spending the strat. We're going to do that exact same thing with the other Doomsday Ark right there behind the ruins. D6 plus 1. 5.
Yeah. 3s to hit. Ooh.
Couple of misses.
3s to wound.
2 of them. 5 ups. Ooh. Didn't even matter. That's okay. Hey, you know what? Technically cheaper than spending command points on the reroll. How much damage each?
3 each.
6 in total. We do have a 6 up Feel No Pain because we're near the big guy. He's got a 6-inch aura for Nurgle guys to get a 6 up Feel No Pain. I take 3. That's a big deal because that means this one will have 4 wounds left. The Immortals are going to fire into them next, unless you want to go to the big guy.
No, we're gonna keep. We've started going for a beast, so we need to kill them.
I guess, yeah, it's true. So you got to get 4 damage through to kill him, or else he heals. They got lethal hits here, though. Let's see what they get. Blasters.
Come on.
I see a wound.
Yes.
5 to wound because of high toughness, and you get rerolls too because I'm near an objective.
So that'll be those.
We're at 3 wounds so far. 4 wounding hits. All right, we got that invulnerability. Ooh, you'll kill. Well, I got the Feel No Pains. We do have to reroll until the end of the phase. Oh, it hasn't helped yet. I don't want to lose a beast to little shooting. Oh, he's got a wound left.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to resolve the Catan Shard, the Void Dragon in him. We got 1 wound on this beast of Nurgle. That's what's up. Spear throw will be too short. I might be able to go for the big guy. Scratch that off by just a wee bit there. The Voltaic Storm King going on. How does this work?
So it's D6 plus 3 shots.
Minimum 4. So it's 4 it is. It's 2 command points to reroll.
Oh, yeah, it is 2 command points. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, all right. No. And what are we hitting on here?
2s.
All right, fair. It was 4 shots, D6 plus 3.
Oh, yeah.
So we got 2 more shots. We got 1 hit so far. 3 hits.
Cool.
Any weird rules on this weapon?
Yeah, it was like sustained hits, but I didn't get 6.
Didn't get any. Okay, fair.
Strength 7. So 5s. 2.
Uh-oh. We fail 1. Reroll. Didn't get any, eh? Well, at least I got a lot of rerolls out of it. How much damage?
2.
2 each. That's 4. Feel No Pains. You got him. Well, I should have done that. It doesn't really matter too much because this guy would take 2, but then heal the full. But we do lose one of our little beasties. Good job. Then we're going to try some Mimic Annihilation from the Scorpack Lord into the Plague Bearers.
Right, so hitting on 2s. Wounding
always
on,
1.
Yeah, there's always 1. Wounding on 3s.
Strength 6. Ooh. I'm going to give a shot at a charge from the Scorpack. This is the 4th attempt at charging.
Yeah.
Do they pass this one? They need a 9. Not quite. 2 command points for rerolls. Probably not.
No. But
Well, do me a hypothetical one.
Hypothetical.
I always like hypotheticals. 8. No, still can't do it. They just can't do it, man. I don't. George and Scorpack, they don't charge. They get charged.
Yeah, they really do.
And they get creamed. Then over here, this goes down to. I guess I was gonna. These guys kind of make sense to go on their own because of they could heal more on their own with the rule. But then I realized they just always heal anyways. Anyways, empty thoughts. This then is placed down for an objective for you. And you'll go ahead and control that. And that is that. We're going to go on to the second turn of the game. Though I forgot about the scoring, you do get 2 points for Investigate Signals. Again, the Doomsday Ark gave up shooting this turn for those 2 points. And do you want to keep or get rid of cleanse?
We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. We've made our own objective to cleanse.
That's fair. we're going to sanctify this part of the battlefield, then we're going to sanctify it again.
Yeah.
Now, the 2 new objectives I'll have will be secure in no man's land. It's doable, technically. And behind enemy lines, which is also very doable as demons. So these are a couple good draws for me. Denizens of the Warp will probably help me quite a bit on this one to get me some points for behind enemy lines. And then for securing no man's land, well, I don't have to move much to control 2 objectives in no man's land. So that should be 10 points for demons on secondaries, which means I won't be getting more command points, but that's okay. So we're going to go to the rest of my command phase, where not much really happens. I get command points, so does George. That's kind of it, really. So what I think we're going to end up doing here is scooting up that scooting back the great unclean one maybe, and having these guys run up the middle is the plan of attack here. But first, I guess we actually do score victory points. I get 5 points for controlling this one objective in no man's land. I don't quite have that one. And then we'll take a look at our command points. Currently, I'm winning by 3. Phase is a tough call. I don't really want to fight too much. I just want to position these guys to plant an objective more than 9 away from that one over there. And then I guess that would be it. That's kind of all I really want to do. I might just go bash into the Immortals to go scrap with some Immortals and have some of my Khorne units show up back here to put pressure on this Doomsday arc. And see what comes of that, I suppose. Alright, so we're going to move these Plague Bearers up. They're not going to advance. They're going to end up corrupting this part of the battlefield and the ritual. And my deployment line is over here, so we're still in no man's land. More than 9 away, or exactly 9 away from that one. And not within 6 of another one. That's not until the end of the turn, though. So that won't count towards securing no man's land, because I won't have any control of it at the end of my turn. This one I kind of need, so I'm going to have to unfortunately move the Great Unclean One up, because these Plague Bearers would need a 4 on the advance roll to get there, and I don't want to rely on that. So we're going to have the Great Unclean One just kind of just to get up here a little bit, and I don't know, maybe I'll just go fight something. I don't want them to heroic intervene, though. So I want him to go up, and I want these guys to be up here as well. We're going to move him right there in range of the objective, just to not overcommit him. These Plague Bearers are going to advance. Well, there's that 4 they needed, but hey, you know what? Didn't want to risk it. That's where they're going to go. This Beast of Nurgle moved up his 6. We're going to bring in some reinforcements from a demonic incursion. And no man's land is currently... No. Wait. No. I don't think it will be in the Shadow of the Warp. I don't currently control this objective yet. It's the end of the phase I control it. So I will not be able to show up outside of 6. Has to be outside of 9 still. But I do have I think it's called the Realm of Chaos. I could have 1 unit show up just outside of 3. I'm going to use that for probably some Fleshhounds back here, if I had to guess. Here's the command point for Denizens of the Warp, allowing these Fleshhounds to show up just outside of 3 inches of enemy units, but they cannot charge this turn. But objectively, or objective-wise, this will help me secure some victory points, but we are going to do an Overwatch from this Doomstalker here as well, so we'll both be down to 2 command points, and Doomstalker's Overwatch on 5s. Big gun first, D6 plus 2, maybe, because of blast? Yep. Ooh, 8! Oh, Khorne loves it. Luca doesn't, though. And 5s. We got 3 hits because of it. Boost to wound, definitely. 3, 2. I am a demon. On one of them. And kaboom. We'll kill the guy who kind of looks like a special dog, leaving him as clearly the special dog. And he's got the little flare array.
5s.
It should be rapid fire.
Yes, it is.
It's only 1 shot?
Yeah, it's a twin-linked flare.
Oh, it's twin-linked. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Haven't used that since last edition.
Strength 4.
Wound.
Wounds.
We're good. We're demons. And from those dogs come the bloodletters without the herald. I'm keeping it's called the Bloodkeeper, the basic Herald of Khorne. They're still in reserve, ready to show up. I'm probably going to rapid ingress them at the end of George's second turn. Now, these guys are going to be within George's deployment zone, as it's about right here. And I'm trying to play them as if they're on 32mm bases, so I got them kind of spread out to some degree. These are just old and have never really been rebased, so it's that or no bloodletters, so take your pick. That is it for my movement phase. We now control this objective here. And then that means the shadow of chaos is in no man's land, which doesn't mean anything yet. But we're good to go to shooting. We are going to start with, I don't have a whole lot of shooting, mind you. He has a putrid vomit, which is in range of these immortals, so I'll go ahead and do that. It's kind of like a heavy flamer, but better in every way. He's gonna vom! D6 plus 3. Oh, it's a little one. He didn't have a whole lot to eat today. Still strength 5, so only 1 wound, but it's minus 2.
Yeah,
Let's see if it's corrosive, though. Does it get through your armor?
how many, sorry?
Just 1.
Just 1.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Okay, got a kill. Bam. It does ignore cover, so there's no point in putting it on a cover guy. You just have, actually, whoever you want to die. Boop, got him! This guy here has the Burning Roar. It's a flamer attack. I'm not going to do it. This thing heals D3 wounds. I'm not going to do more than 3 damage to it. We're going to go to charging. I am going to start with these blood letters. They're going to declare charge against that Doomstalker. I need 9, but the musician gives you +1 to all charge rolls. So, we got an 11. They're all running up there, grabbing onto his legs, trying to crawl up and stab him with their fancy swords. We're going to try this Beast of Nurgle charging. I don't want you to heroically intervene, though. So I might not. I think I'm just going to chill, actually.
I will heroically
intervene.
if you
I
do
know.
that.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it hypothetically, though. I would have made it, but it's okay. I don't want to commit to it. That weirdly looks like a potential star of chaos. I don't like it. Okay. Or, other things. But let's go ahead and charge with these fight with these blood letters. Because the dogs, again, they cannot charge this turn. I'm going to pile in a few of them. I can't pile in too far. I have a couple models get over this way, but I want more to go over that way. Should be all able to make it into fight with a pile-in. There's all their Hellblade attacks. 3s to hit with them. They get no weapon special rules, so no lethals, nothing like that. And these are 5s to wound, because they're not quite strong enough to really hurt a vehicle. But they do reroll wound rolls of 1. Okay, we got some 6s. That's not bad. Well, that was a wound. 6 wounding hits so far. Okay, 7 wounds. Right to your invuln, though. 4 up on this guy. Okay, let's see if his weird little protective barrier helps him.
4s.
Oh, that's really good. I only got 2 through. Well, 3. 6 damage, though. It's 2 damage each.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got him a little bit. You can fight back.
Yeah.
3 attacks on 4s. That is going to be 1 hit and 3 to wound. Yep.
Yes.
Demon? No. Does destroy a demon. I have 6 wounds left. And he'll heal D3 on the next turn, though. That's it. That's all I have for the turn. I do score a good amount, though. And then technically at the end of the turn, this objective is now placed. I don't control it until the end of George's command phase, technically. I do have secure no man's land. I got 2 objectives that were here that I can score at the end of the fight phase. And behind enemy lines, I have 2 units. I got the Bloodletters and the Fleshhounds. That's 10 points for the Demons. That's not bad, landing a couple secondaries.
So I still have cleanse, and then I drew into secure no man's land, so just going to keep on that push.
Cleanse is easy enough right here, this area. That'll be 3 victory points. But if you could snag a second one, this one here isn't impossible. I don't think you actually need to, deploy teleport home where you don't have to worry. But a cleanse, what's the OC of a great unclean one, really? It's like a land raider's 5. Okay, well that'd be the other ideal target if you want the max points for it. But then securing no man's land and cleansing that one, that's 10 points also on your turn. Ain't so bad. And actually kind of doable. Otherwise, we're good to go. We're going to gain some command points. There's no battle shocks to do for the Necrons. So we're going to go right to the reanimations. This immortal's going to stand back up.
Yep.
This guy's going to heal D3. 3! He's at 9 again. No, yeah. 9 is conveniently right there. In addition to that, you are going to score 5 victory points for the one objective in no man's land. And hello, our immortal friend. Just an update on the scores. We go to George's movement phase, tied on primary, but I got an 8-point lead on secondaries, but George hasn't had a chance to score his. He could easily get the 10, and we're at 3 each as well. Thinking about keeping the Doomstalker in combat here with the Bloodletters so we get that, the power of the blast on top there. He might get hacked up a little bit, but it's not the worst. What's everything else doing here?
So we're going to keep on doing the same old thing the Necrons do well. We're just going to keep on pushing up into the center. We're going to try and do both cleanse and secure no man's land. See if we can maybe even drop down another objective down, and we'll go from there.
All right, we're sure where this all ends up. It's not going to be too dynamic, I assume. So we move the Lich Guard forward, pushing the front line so that nothing can take the objective until the Lich Guard are crushed. Skorpek push forward as well. And then we haven't really moved the Immortals or the Void Dragon. What are you thinking on the Void Dragon? Staying still?
I think he is actually going to go forward because those beasts are...
They can be kind of annoying.
They are kind of annoying. Those harassment, they're just a good harassment unit. So he's going to float.
You'll float too? Boom.
There.
The only things to point out, I'm going to rapid ingress at the end of the movement phase here. In the start of the shooting phase, these guys are going to start cleansing this objective.
Yes.
And then these guys are going to be performing the ritual action of putting this objective down at the end of the turn if they're able to, which by all means they probably will be.
Yeah.
More than 9 away from that objective over there. We got 5 down on the table at the end of this turn when that comes up. After the move here, we're going to not move the Doomsday Arc, obviously, because of it wants devastating wounds and heavy. So I'm going to rapid ingress and see where I can go. I'm thinking probably over here somewhere. And there we go. We denizens of the warp over this way. I wanted to be more than 10 away, but I couldn't because of the edge of the battlefield. We always kind of play with a 2 inches cut off there. So just to keep the regulation board, or the one that everyone recommends to play on. Anyways, that's them there, and that's what we got going on. That's the end of the movement phase. Now shooting phase, they are going to work on cleansing. And where would you like to begin actually shooting guns?
I think we're going to start with this Doomstalker here.
All right, where's he going for?
Well, we're probably going to go for big boy there.
Oh, big guy?
Big guy in the center.
Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. I'll probably take it. I will reroll invuln saves 1 for a command point. Demonic invulnerability, let's give it a shot. And then the Flayer's just going to fire at the newly arrived Bloodletters. We'll do the blast first, d6 plus 1. It'll be 6. Freeze to hit. Because he stood still, it's heavy. Ooh, I'm sorry. Did you? Wait a second.
I rolled 1 hit.
Wow. Okay. Hard to see. It's very warpy over here. 3 to wound. It's strength 14. I'm only T12. Okay. And then I guess the Flayer over here, eh? You gotta roll better than that, George. Bum, 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 bum. Many more to come, everyone. Many more to come. Can you waste a command point at least? Do you want to do the big boom, or do you want to wait on him and do this guy over here?
I'm gonna do that guy there first.
All right. So the Flayer. Do you want to go into the Bloodletters?
Yeah, we'll do the into the Bloodletters first.
Where's the big boom going on the top?
Big boom going into big guy.
Big guy. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Flayer first. Couple shots.
4s.
Good start. That's a wound. And
3s.
that's a wound. All right, 2 of them. I have demon saves. I'm going to make 1. That is the end of this demon right here. Oop. Yeah. Back to 4s with the big weapon because this big gun's never tired. Negative 1 to hit. It'll be 2 shots, but hey, as long as they hit, they'll do better than the other guy.
You've cursed it now.
No. 4. That's a hit. That's not bad. 3 to wound. Hey,
Yep.
invulnerable. That's a 4. Big guy does have a 4-up invuln. It's Doomsday Arc time. We are going to use Vengeful Stars to get rerolls to wound. Do you get it for all of your attacks or is it against one target? I actually don't know.
I think it's for all of the attacks.
Okay. Because we're going to broadside into the Fleshhounds.
Yeah.
And we're going to fire the Doomsday Cannon into this guy. Vengeful Stars gives you reroll to wound rolls if the target is within half the range of the weapon, which the Doomsday gun is like 72 or 60 or something.
It's 72 inch range.
Yeah, so we're definitely within half. Let's do the big gun first.
Yep.
D6 plus 1. Kaboom, 4. It's 2 stick because it's heavy and he stood still. Boop.
Nice.
Yep, they all hit. And these are 3s to wound.
Rerolling.
Rerolling. Okay, got the reroll. So it's technically cheaper than the command point reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to reroll everything for the devastating? Because you could. We'll keep that 1. But
Yeah, I'll keep that 1.
I'll let you decide on these 2
Yeah.
here. Risk it for the biscuit.
Like biscuits.
So do I. Well, I feel like I baited you into a failed wound, but
But I really like biscuits.
always. You know what? I get it. I always gamble the die rolls. Let's see. Invulnerable save from the one that I do get that against. We pass, and then it's 4 mortal wounds on him. But we are in the shadow of chaos in no man's land currently, so we have a 4-up feel no pain. We take 3 damage. He's got 17 remaining wounds. Okay, and coming over to here, Vengeful Stars is any of the weapons are in half range against any target, so it'll be full rerolls to wound against my doggos as well. And these are 3, or yeah, I guess 3 stay with these.
Yep, 3s. These aren't heavy.
But they are lethal.
But
And should be 4s to wound. I'm T4.
Yep, strength 4. These are flayers.
But they get full rerolls. The reroll! Got 2 more. Heck yeah.
Lovely.
We have demonic saves. We are going to pass 3 of them. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 dead dogs. That is the squad from the broadside. Defense barge, good defense. But these dogs got me my 5 victory points, so I suppose that's good enough. I can't ask much more. They weren't going to do much more than that. And on to the Scorpek Lord. He's going to aim his very legendary and mythic Annihilator into the Plague Bearers?
Yeah, into the Plague Bearers.
2s! Because it's rapid fire. It has no fancy rules, right?
No fancy rules except for rapid fire.
4. I guess that's why it's dreaded to say that. And strength 6. 2 wounds. They are demons. That's a pass and a fail. And I believe I have that guy within 6, but I might not actually now that I look at it. We go, we take a wound. That guy is off by about an inch, so we're gonna have a wound over on you. We need the room anyways. And then we have, I guess that guy's got a big, he fired first. Yeah, that's right, never mind. Yeah. I remembered what happened there. Let's not talk about that. We do have the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon ready to go. Who brings a Void Dragon into the warp to fight demons?
You could have had like a soul grinder.
Actually, there was one in the list initially, and he didn't make the cut. Yeah, I felt like I needed more corn elements in the list.
That's fair.
It felt like weird only having so many, yeah. Okay, well we have, Spear was big guy?
Spear was big guy.
Voltaic Storm into these guys.
Yes.
We'll start with the Storm then.
Yeah.
D6 shots, normally +3, but +5 because of Blast. So it could be up to 11, and it's 10.
Right, so 10 shots.
2s to wound. 2s to hit, sorry.
Yes.
Boom. All right, 1 miss, not bad. 9 hits. It's blast and sustained. It is Voltaic Storm, so we have 2 extra hits there. God, it's sustained 2.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, well we got quite a bit of. Is this 2 damage each?
These are 2 damage each.
Oh, he's so good at killing Blade Bears. No, get out of here. Just to wound.
That balances it out.
That looks like that's the most George roll I've seen, dude. More demons. Now these are 2 damage, but we have a feel no pain being near big thickness here. So the first one, dead plague bearer. Second one, dead plague bearer. Third, dead plague bearer. 4th and 5th. Okay, we saved the 5th guy. We do lose 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll take a wound on this guy back here, I suppose. We're gonna hurl that spear like Achilles and hit on a 2, I assume?
Yes.
Strength 4 against non-vehicles, apparently.
So 6s?
6?
No.
All right. Does it have, I guess, yeah.
There's nothing else for it.
Nothing else? No. Well, you know what? That was still a pretty good shot in the Plague Bears. So we are going to start the charge off with whomst?
We'll start the charge off with the Scorpex because they really need the pick-me-up.
Absolutely. They made the charge!
Wow.
It's happening!
Finally.
Scorpek
Can do it.
We get to see what Scorpek can do. I'm so excited. And then the big guy, Void Dragon, charging. Ooh, 7.
Yeah.
Loves it. All yours. You can actually charge up and over and around this way. Just so I can't heroically intervene that easily. Fine. That's fine. I believe... Oh, I totally should have... No, I couldn't hero a 6-way. So then there's not much I can do there. I'll save the command points. We are going to fight with the Scorpek into the Plague Bearers first. I'm going to go with Demonic Invulnerability to try and mitigate some of the damage. I don't want the Plague Bearers being swept, is what I'm getting at here. Pop a Plasma Sight?
Pop a Plasma Sight for...
That gives them...
Devastating wounds.
That's what it was. Excellent. 1d4 attacks from the Scorpek. The Lord is a little too far away to attack, actually, but we're going to hopefully weather the storm here. Did I say Demonic Invulnerability? Because we're doing Demonic Invulnerability. Should be 3s to hit?
2s to hit because we're being led by the Scorpek Lord.
+1 to hit. Gotcha.
Yes.
And lethals on them?
Lethals.
3s to wound Plague Bearers.
We want them 6s.
Oh, you got 2 of them. 3 of them, actually. Here are my 5-up invulns. Okay, we make... It looks like a lot, but it's probably not enough to keep them alive. We got 2 rerolls here. Ooh, that didn't help. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead. Yeah, they're gone. Oh, that's not true. Then there's some more wounds. I do have a feel no pain on the one guy there. 8 dead Plague Bearers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I suppose. Okay, so you only took 1 damage earlier. And then 6 mortal wounds. Mm-hmm. So 2, 4, and then the Herald is going to have... he has a 5-up feel no pain. All right, so he's just on his own. He eats up those last 2 mortal wounds. That is all she wrote. You just ran those plague bears down. But hopefully our countercharge can take it back for us. We'll see at least. And the Void Dragon's attacks. Let's see what he's got going for him. We're going to do the smaller attack, but more damage profile, I assume. Yes.
Yeah.
Nope.
So we're going to shove the spear right into his sternum or something. Drop dice. So 2s.
Good start. 1 miss.
And then 3s.
3s to wound. Oh, good follow-up too.
Nice.
No devastating or anything
No
like that.
devastating.
Invulnerables. Ooh, make 2 of them. How much damage each?
D6 plus 2 each.
All right, let's see what you get. D6 plus 2, so it's going to be 4, 5, 6 damage. 2 command points to
2
reroll.
command points.
I also have a 6 up feel no pain.
You have a 6 up, feel no pain. I'm going to see if my tail attacks can finish you off.
All right. Feel no pain from the Great Unclean One. We take 4. We have 3 remaining wounds. And then the tail attacks.
On 2s.
Oh, 4 of them.
I don't think this is going to work. This is not going to work.
I only have 3 wounds left.
I only did 2.
Oh, never mind. Oh, because what strength is it?
6.
Oh, I see. Okay, it won't work, yeah. Oh, he's got 1 wound. Well, 2 wounds. 2 wounds left. Which means he's going to heal the full. He's got a couple wounds left. We're going to fight with these blood letters, though. Be 16 attacks into you. Reese to hit with the blood letters. Ooh, good start, lads. 5s to wound, rerolling 1s. Got 4, potentially 5. Just the 4. Won't be able to kill him, but we'll work on it. Oh, we'll do 6 damage to him. He's got 3 wounds left.
Oh dear.
Ooh, it means we get full rerolls to... Oh, only if he's battle shocked is full rerolls to wound. Nope, I was incorrect. It is below half strength. So next time we fight him, we'll get full rerolls to wound because they're bullies. And then you get to pick him to fight with, effectively. 3
attacks on 4s.
Oh, good start. They all hit. Toughness 4.
3s.
That is 2 fails and a wound. I'm a demon. No, not quite enough. Let's lose this guy. I'm going to go with the Beast of Nurgle into the big guy. 4s to hit with all of his appendages. Got a couple of them. 5s to wound. 6s are good. Nothing. Then the Herald, the Poxbringer of Nurgle. 4 attacks with his sword. That's lethal. And 5s to wound. Nothing. This is -1.
4 up. Yeah, we're good.
No damage. I lied. It's -2 on his sword. It does 2 damage. Doesn't do much. Still a guy with 1 wound left. And that will conclude the turn. And I believe at the end of the phase, you control... This isn't here yet.
Yeah.
Which one is it? That one? Yeah, that one's not here yet.
That one.
So you control 2 to my 2. You do push the Shadow of Chaos back to my deployment zone. I don't know if it's really important to keep noting it. It's more for me to remember mentally. That's it. End of the turn. Oh, I guess... No, that's it. That's the end of the turn. All right, so this does go down, and you complete Cleanse. So 3 victory points for Cleanse.
Yep.
And you are securing no man's land because you have at least 2 of the objectives because you blew right through the Plague Bearers. He was not there to protect them. We are going to go right ahead to my turn 3, I suppose. Do you want to get rid of... Oh, you scored both your cards. Yep. Well, this turn I'm going to try and kill vehicles and monsters with Bring It Down. The more the merrier. And extending our battle lines. That one is luckily able to be done because I have my objective contaminated. It's mine until it's taken from me. So those should both be kind of doable because I'm looking at that Doomsday, or that Doomstalker who's nearly dead. So this is the guy I'm talking about here. That'll be worth 4 victory points because it'll be a tactical kill. I won't be killing the Void Dragon probably. Never say never though, I guess. And that guy over there could be worth going for, but I'm definitely more focused on the Scorpec this turn. So that'll be the goal. As for being battle shocked anywhere, none are. So I don't have to roll to see if I heal anyone or if I'm battle shocked in general. And we're good to go to scoring, I guess. I will be on 1 objective and 2 objectives for a total of 10 victory points. And that should be it. Currently, score. I should have chosen at the end of the second battle round. It was a tight game. It was actually tied, completely tied. So we are gonna be. It's so far where it's a tie game all around. if the pacing continues with George's turn. As for movement, nothing too exciting if I'm to be honest. There's nothing really for me to do. I can't really hurt this guy that much. I could try, but it's not likely I'll do much, so I'm just going to fall back with this guy right there-ish. We're going to reposition our Plague Bearers so as to kind of, I don't know, form up a line over here of some sort. And should be good enough for them. Yeah, the Great Unclean One's just going to stay right there. He's probably just going to throw his flail and puke on this guy a little bit to try and cause some damage. It's only 6-inch range. I can't really fight him where I am because I won't be able to land a base contact with him. I could try, I guess, but I'd be giving up the objective, which I don't love. I don't really want to fight the big guy. The name of a little bit more action for the battle report, instead of saying passively around, these guys are going to advance. Boop. Instead of going from here to there, they're going to go from here to up to here. So I care about the icon. The icon's going to chill right there. Just have some models on the objective. Just one, mainly in this case. And then this way, it'll give me some room for the Beast of Nurgle to kind of get out of here a little bit. We're going to have him fall back to about here. Oh, here, go a little bit further. And then we'll have the Great Unclean One. Yeah, move right about here. Oh, staying outside of an inch. That way, I can kind of not give up any objectives, and we get some fighting for the game. I think this is the logical choice, but it's the one that gets more action happening. And then over to here, I'm going to move both of these units towards the Scorpek. Can't quite make the Shadow of Chaos work that well over here. OC2 on each of the Scorpeks. Outmanned on it, sadly. So that'll be it for the moment, as the Bloodletters and the Beast of Nurgle move up. That means his Blade relic enhancement and their inability to advance and charge will be a little less effective. I would have liked to advance them this way and then charge up and around, and then that way hit them on both sides and get a full range of attacks. But they might be able to just roll high enough on their charge for it not to matter too much, I hope. Otherwise, we're going to go to shooting. No shooting here. We're on the Poxbringer. This Great Unclean One can do anything to the the Void Dragon here. Not likely, but we'll try. Still going to put the Putrid Vomit on them, because we might get lucky and just kill all 5. But the Flail will go into the big guy here. So Flail, D6 plus 1. The reason with the Flail is it just whips you right across the face with it. 3 hits. 1 wound at your invuln.
4 up save.
No. It does 2 normally, but down to 1 because you're a Void Dragon. So he should have 11 wounds left. Yeah. The Putrid Vomit. It's only 4. 4 wounds on them, though, at -2. 5 ups. Ignores cover. 3 wounds, sorry.
3.
I killed 2. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I only killed 2. Oh, okay, you're good. Yeah. And then we'll charge. 9. So we'll go like this just to get within that inch. Move the objective a little bit, but that's okay. And I wish there was impact hits. I could reduce the toughness of something nearby. I'll say the Lich Guard had their toughness reduced, because reducing him to 11 doesn't do, or 10 doesn't do much. So yeah, so the Lich Guard, well, it's a psychic ability the Great Unclean One has. You pick a unit within 12, and then -1 toughness until you pick something else, essentially. Or unless you're not within 12 anymore. It lasts until your next movement phase. The next charge will be the Beast of Nurgle. They're going to charge 12. Interesting. I would have much preferred that on the Bloodletters, if I'm to be honest. We'll have you charge there, you charge there. Then the Bloodletters are going to charge. They get +1 to it for their icon. 9, ain't bad. They will charge like this, trying to keep it coherent. The 9 helps, though, gets them all relatively. And these guys are on the backside here, but fighting over the barricade, so ruined wall thing. Should be okay to fight. And I believe that's it for charging. So I will naturally strike first here. Makes the most sense, I think. I will increase the AP of their attacks by 1 as well for a command point with the demonic spooky attacks. The Draught of Terror. Whatever that means. Now, if I was smart, I can still pull this. No, I can't. At the end of the charge phase, if I was smart, I could have had a few more models this way and took over the objective for the Shadow of Chaos. Stuff to know, though. Demons actually are pretty complicated to play. You're always trying to balance that Shadow of Chaos. It might just be the ritual making it complicated, though. Lots of objectives on the table. 3's hit with their blades. Forced to wound because of the Bloodmaster in the unit. Oh, it didn't help too much. In fact, it only gave me 1 more wound. It'll be 5 saves at -3 because of the draught.
6s. Got one.
Oh, my AP didn't matter either. So it kills the wounded guy, and then that kills one, and brings another guy down to 1. So killed 2, almost killed 3. We do have to resolve the Herald, though. He's got the King of Blades, which only gives him an extra strength and attack for now, and not the extra 2 because of the shadow. 6 attacks with his fancy blade, couple of misses, and these are 3s to wound normally, but he does give himself +1 wound. These are also AP3, but every fail is 3 damage. So we'll see.
Come on.
6s?
No.
He cuts up 3 Scorpek, obviously the wounded one, and 2 other guys. Boom, buddy boom, buddy boom, buddy boom. And then I could consolidate, but I don't think... Well, I'll consolidate a little bit. We'll have you go to there. We'll have you guys push up a little bit, but not much. The rest or whatever, they're stuck on the other side of the wall. No counteroffensive, so already measured. This Beast of Nurgle is going to compile in and strike, but he has to be about half an inch away. This one won't be able to attack because he won't be in range. So only 1 beast can attack, but it's still 4 attacks, I think. 4's to hit with the beast. I think they're devastating, not lethal. And 4's to wound. Oh, 2 saves and 2 mortal wounds. Only -1.
We got some 4s coming up then.
Okay, he takes 2, and then he dies, and then the big guy goes to 5 wounds left.
Yeah.
That there is it for that charge. We're gonna have the big guy attack with his Doomsday Bell. It's not gonna do much against the Catan Shard, though. 2's to hit. Oh, it's lethal. And 5's to wound. Oh, nice. 5 saves at your invuln. 4 ups. I'll do 2. They're normally 2 damage each. Got you down to 9. And then you get to pick this guy or this guy. I assume it's this guy or that guy. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. What do you got? 4s?
Yep.
Good start. Any bloodletter you kill is a big deal.
3s and only 1.
I am not a demon. You finish off another bloodletter, leaving me with 6 to attack you back with. And the attacks over here, 3s to... Ooh. That's not ideal. But luckily, we get to reroll wound rolls, which I forgot on the other unit. Okay, we don't really need it. And 5 wounds on you.
4s to save. He's dead.
Oh, just. Oh, man. Well, kind of.
No.
Yeah. Does he explode?
On a 6. No.
We got him. That's 4 victory points for killing a vehicle. A big guy. No consolidating, though. It cost me almost half the unit, but that's not bad. Right. Well, that means you can attack back with the Void Dragon or the Scorpek Lord. As for the Bloodletters rerolling, no big deal. Might have all failed on the rerolls all the same. Let's see what the Void Dragon can do against the big guy. I don't have the Shadow of Chaos. I only have a 5-up ward for Fuel and Pain.
Lovely. So 2s. All but 1.
And I am toughness 12.
So 4s.
All right. Thank God they're not devastating. Invulns! We make them all.
Oh.
We got the tail attack.
Yeah.
And the tail.
2s.
All hit.
6s.
You. 2. I assume invulns. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. No damage. A Titanic duel. And then the Scorpek Lord can attack.
Yeah.
He is going to try and cleave right through the bloodletters with his flensing talons on 2s. Okay, sure. And what's the strength?
8.
Well, 2s then. And then that is 4 invuln saves on my bloodletters. Whoa! That is going to be 3 dead. Let's lose these 3. We don't really need them anymore. That's going to mess my coherency up. Gross. Yeah, but I don't care. Instead, I'll pull those guys and this guy. There we go. Don't have to worry about the coherency. That will be the end of the fight phase, which means we do get the Shadow of Chaos in the middle again for now. And that'll be the end of my turn. I do get 4 victory points for destroying the vehicle. And 5 victory points for extending our battle lines. We got our home objective and any one of these 3 here in the middle. That's pretty much it. So that'll be 9 victory points because that one's worth 4.
So for the cards for the turn, I've got to basically kill the Great and Clean one, and I'm extending battle line, so I need to shimmy on back onto my home objective.
Oh, true. It's kind of funny. I forgot you don't have the sticky objectives like I do. So yeah, you have to control your home objective and any one of the 2 you already have here. which is no problem, and then bring it down. The only option is the Great Unclean One. So, with that in mind, for your turn, no battle shocks to do. He's at over half. These guys are at 3 out of 5. So we can go right to reanimating. The big guy is going to go to full, Scorpack Lord. These guys are going to get D3 models back, but they're only missing 2. So a 3 up and they're back in the game. They are at full strength. And this one here, I don't want you to roll the 5 up for him to heal, but you might just... it's back to full.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I know. I guess technically it's a points advantage for me because my guy's cheaper than your guy is. Scratch that. Never mind, my guy's more expensive. I'm double losing. No. So you're back to full there. They're back to full there. It's all about that grind. Scoring, you're on 2 for 10 points on the primary as we go to the movement phase. There you go, just an update there. After scoring that, tied on primaries, and we'll see how many secondaries you can get to close the gap. Bringing up the Doomsday Arc, it'll lose devastating, but we will get 5 victory points for doing so. Lich Guard are coming off the objective to push up the middle towards the Great Unclean One and the Plague Bearers. Their final position. These Immortals are going to back up a little bit, and that Doomstalker in the corner is going to stay still for a +1 to hit. And then the last thing to decide on, Void Dragon. Staying or leaving?
Staying.
Keeping the guy probably makes sense. I regret charging my guy in a little bit, but he'd be better over here fighting these guys. But I can just fall back with him if I want to next turn. It'll bring us to shooting with the Immortals firing into my Bloodletters. 3s to hit. 6s are good. Okay. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s. 1 reroll. It's 4 wounds. And Demons! You kill 2. They're below half strength, but they're not in the Shadow of Chaos. Moving on to the Lich Guard unit in the middle. We're going to do a Tachyon arrow to the big guy.
Yep.
And then the Staff of Light over that way. We'll do the Staff of Light first.
Yep.
Should be 2s.
3s.
Get +1 hit for leading a unit.
True.
Yep. 2 3s to wound.
3s, no.
And then the Tachyon arrow is actually going to be -1 to hit because the big guns never tire thing.
3s to hit, but then +1 to hit.
True, that's
so
right. Yeah,
2s.
2s. Hey, good job. Command protocols. 2s or 3s, one of the 2.
Yeah.
4.
That should do it.
Not devastating, but I get my invuln, right?
Yep.
I think so. Oof. Ooh. Well, that's not bad, actually. We'll go through his invuln, D6 +2 damage. Not gonna bother rerolling it. 4. I have the Shadow of Chaos at the end of your movement phase because you took this objective back with your... Well, it's at least contested. Well, this guy could be right there.
Yeah.
Those 3 are within range, stopping my 1 guy. So 5 up! No, I took an extra damage. 3 damage, you have 14 left. Tachyon arrow doesn't... I guess it just, a flesh wound. Passes right through him as a Tachyon arrow would, but it doesn't actually hit anything critical.
The Tachyon arrow being, like, one of the most devastating weapons in all of Warhammer. It falls down, it fells titans, like it destroys
one shot, it'll take a warlord there,
entire cities.
3 damage. Tachyon arrow, like through all of Necrons, like rules history. Let's put it this way: that thing could be 1 shot, 1 use, automatically hits, automatically wounds. Does 8, or you know what? It's just you pick a target, anywhere on the table takes 8 mortal wounds if you can draw a line of sight to it. I still would take the Res Orb over it. Let's put it that way. Its rules in the previous editions were like strength 10, AP 1, so it was kind of clutch at popping vehicles. Every now and then it'd be kind of cool, and right now it could use an adjustment. Anyways, we have the big guns. Which ones?
So we're going to start off with the Doomstalker into...
All big thickness?
Big thickness.
All right, D6 shots, +1, 2! Back to hitting on 4s because of big guns.
Yep.
Boom, just going to shoot right in the back blubber of him.
Yep.
And it wounds on a 3,
On a 3, yep, that's a wound.
Vulnerable. We're good. It's going to bring us to the other one. Same idea.
Yep, even bigger bada boom, hopefully. So...
4 if you want it.
Yeah,
Push me.
majority facing.
So take the 5 shots on that. Hitting on
3s.
3s, 4s.
4s, yeah, no.
Heavy won't come into play. 3 hits though.
3 hits.
3s to wound, and there won't be any devastating either. Oh, kind of matters. Deal 4 damage for every fail, which I will fail 1 of. So that's 4, feel no pains. Big guy, ooh, takes all, it doesn't matter where he was, he's taking 4, he's at 10 left. But once he's under half and in the Shadow of Chaos, he can start healing a little bit. And its flayers are always gonna go into these Bloodletters. What do we got here? 3?
3s.
And a couple lethals. 4s to wound. All right. Demon saves. We are going to take 40. Oh, they're dead.
Yay!
Goodbye, Bloodletters, and goodbye, Threat. It's going to bring us to charging. I assume the Lich Guard.
Yep, Lich Guard. Straight into the,
Big Bear? Oh, big guy?
big guy's butt.
Alright, what would the beast over here know?
I don't want to give you additional attacks.
Okay.
They're in.
Alright, welcome. Charging in like that. Not going to bother responding with... The heroic intervention on these guys is kind of key. It gives me more models on the objective in a way, too. So I guess I'll try to heroic intervene with these dudes. Let's go! Level 5. Huzzah. Right into base contact with those. There we go. Excellent. And that's it for that. Do you have any other charges?
No.
All right. Well, you get to go first with the Lich Guard.
Ooh.
Now, not much piling. These guys are supposed to be in base contact. They get pushed around, though. You guys understand it. These 8 are eligible to attack that way because this guy's in base contact over here. They all would have been. And then these 2 are fighting the Plague Bearers, and then this guy piles in the Technomancer, and the Overlord will go base with him to attack the Plague Bearers. You can use Hungry Void on them for free because of the Overlord.
Yep.
And that'll make them strength 7, which will wound this guy on 5s. And then that's about it. That's all it really affects. Let's do the little piddly attacks on the Plague Bearers first, get them out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
2s to hit, and 3s to wound. 1 miss. 3s to wound. 5. Demon save. None of them, but we are near the Plague big guy. 6 up, feel no pain. 3 damage. Was this one who's slinking his way up to the objective? And we'll lose this guy as well, because he's just going to end up getting in the way anyways. Satellite's got a couple of attacks.
Hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Wounding on toughness.
Oh, 5.
4s.
Oh, nice. Well, let's see. And a feel no pain. 1 damage. The musician can take that, I suppose. Mr. Overlord with his fancy void scythe. Hitting on 2s because he's leading a unit.
Yep.
Boom. Nice. And then strength 10? 12?
Strength 12.
2s. 6s are good, though. 2 wounds. Invuln, please. Demons. Nice. That guy takes 3 damage. He's got a wound left. He did. Boom, boom, boom. 24 attacks into the even bigger big guy. Let's see what you got here. 2s to hit and 5s to wound. Okay. And then
5s.
to do demonic invulnerability because I know this guy's going to be attacking me as well. And now because of that strat, you got an extra 6 wounds?
Yeah, something like that.
Instead of 3. So like 9 instead of 3, yeah. 4 ups. Reroll 1s for the demonic invulnerability. Okay, not bad. Only these ones sneaking through. And we feel no pain 1. I can't remember. So you, at the end of the charge phase, you took this, but you did charge off that technically.
Yes, I did.
So you had 1, 2 to my 2. So yeah, I don't have more. So I only have a 4, 5, so I take 2 damage. 8 wounds left. Yeah, because you charge and control that one, and you had that one. That one's uncontested. That's how it works. And at the end of this phase, we'll check again for control. It's a little unwieldy, the Shadow of Chaos. And so far, not the biggest fan of it, because you're always having to check, but that's okay, I guess. That's just the way it is. It's cool, because without it, like, I like those cool rules. So don't get me wrong on that. For charging, I guess I get to go. I will fight with my Bloodletters over here to try and take out the Scorpec Lord. There we go. We'll all pile in there, and we'll have our 6, 12, 14 attacks. 3s to hit. 4s to wound because of the +1. I'm going to remember I reroll 1s to wound on this. Helped a couple times there. And that is going to be 6 invulnerable saves. 4 up invulnerable saves.
I need to pass 4 of these. I passed 1.
Would you like to bring him back?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, the nearest spot for him to reanimate will be towards the objective here with 3 remaining wounds after that attack. Hard to get the Shadow of Chaos going. I'm not going to bother consolidating into him. I'd rather have the freedom to move around. Your pick, though, is the Void Dragon. Big thickness live forever. Should be 2s to hit.
Yep, so 5 attacks. We're going to be throwing that spear right at him. And 4s to wound.
Well, that's 2 of them. I have an invulnerable save. Which, no problem. We got the weird tail attack now. And that's going to be
2s.
Good start.
And
6s. 1 of them. Invuln.
There was 2 there.
Oh, invuln. Me too. Then I'll have my big guy go. He'll put all of his attacks into the Lich Guard because I ain't killing this thing. 6 attacks with the bell into the Lich Guard on 2s. Bonk. There we go. Now I brought them down to toughness 4. I'm only strength 7, so it doesn't really matter. 3's to wound, but you're protecting a noble, so it's actually 4's to wound again. Boop-a-doo. You know what? There might have been lethals there. I'll just keep this really good roll for wound rolls. And bones.
Balls.
Now you have a 5 up feel no pain on these, or 2 damage each. So
Yeah.
the first guy is dead. The second guy is alive with a wound. So I took a Lich Guard. Because he killed the model with the Doomsday Bell, it's got a rule called Reverberating Summons. It does bring a Plague Bearer back to the unit. Boom. Trying to get more models on this objective.
Cheap.
Close. If I got one more kill, I could have had another Plague Bearer there. Just wrapping up around that Technomancer. Otherwise, I get to go with those Plague Bearers. They're going to attack the Lich Guard unit. Everything into the Lich Guard's unit. These hit. No lethals. 5s to wound because you're -1 to wound. And 1 at -1. Only 1 damage though, so 4 up. And you're good. That is all they can conjure. I believe that will be the end of the turn. Right. And your secondaries were to secure No Man's Land. Not secure it, extend battle line, so you got that finished. That's worth 5 victory points. And the other one, what was the other one?
Bring it down.
Ah, not quite.
Kill Big Chungus.
Are you going to get rid of it?
I'm getting rid of it.
To get a command point, that'll bring you back up to 4 command points. But you also gain 5 victory points for extending your battle lines. That's going to bring us to turn 4. I feel like we're having a hard time. Well, I guess Demons against Necrons, not a whole lot of action. Not a whole lot of mass destruction all over the place. Well, we got ourselves Defend Stronghold, which means I have to deal with that Veil of Darkness, which is still in play. And the tempting target, we're going to have George here pick an objective. Hey, George, which one is the tempting target?
The tempting target will be the one with my immortals on them.
Ah, fair, actually. The Beast of Nurgle here is free to kind of go to whichever one he wants to, but that's going to be the hardest one to get. So I'll just have to... I think they're all OC too, so I have to kill them exactly, which would be kind of hard. And then as for my command phase, I do have to do a battle shock on the Great Unclean One, and I'm unfortunately not going to be in the Shadow of Chaos unless I can corrupt this objective for a command point and then count myself as being in the Shadow of Chaos when I go to do my battle shock check, I believe. Ooh, that could be kind of big plays actually, because that means these guys will also be in the Shadow of Chaos. I'm going to corrupt real space. This is going to provide a 6-inch bubble of Shadow of Chaos. I can see, okay, that stratagem's pretty clutch. Absolutely. That's right. I should have probably used that. I should have used that last turn, but that's okay. Here we go. I'll put a 6 on it for Taco Cats to show that it's not Plague Bearer controlled, but it is corrupted real space. So this is mine until you take it from me, and I'll be within the Shadow of Chaos. I have to do that at the start of my command phase, pretty much with the command point I just got. And I'm good to go to battle shocking. So I'm going to battle shock the Great Unclean One. Please roll high. Thank you. I don't think you reduce it at all, do you? I get +1 for being in the Shadow of Chaos anyways, I guess.
I don't mess with yours.
All right, so because he passed in the Shadow of Chaos, it actually heals 1 wound. Nice. Well, it's D3, but I'll take it. It's better than 0. And then these guys have to do a battle shock check as well. They pass, and because they're in the Shadow of Chaos and their battle line, instead of healing wounds, they just get D3 models back.
Ugh.
3.
Oh, no.
That's 6 wounds of Plague Bearer back.
My heart.
And bringing them back coherent to the pairing. So that's the new model. This guy would probably be within 2 of 2 models, so that would count. And then I can't go much further than that other than here. Boom. So I'll get those 3 models back, which will definitely take that objective back, I think. I'll have to do the counting. That'll help for scoring, though, which is important. And then push the Shadow of Chaos to the entire No Man's Land. You're done, son. This is my realm. The wrong neighborhood, Necrons. Let's go. Oh, I should probably count that. How much is the Technomancer? And so these guys are 1. That guy's probably more than 1. I got 10, 12, so I probably have it, actually. These 2, they are 1 each, you said?
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be the Plague Bear. At the end of the command phase, when we go to check for it, it will be a Nurgle one. So that means I got 1, 2, 3 objectives for 15 victory points.
Oh.
And the Shadow of Chaos in the movement phase will be over here, which means nothing, because I don't have any command points to advance in charge, but it's still cool. Speaking of movement phase, I do have to take this objective, so it makes sense for this guy to go right here. Pew, to try and take it from you. And then I'm going to have the blood letters come up and around. And then we're going to move all of this up and around as well. Probably going to keep the herald back there for now, I guess. The blood letters come up and around. They're 6 inches. The beast and Nurgle moved up. Herald and Nurgle shifted his position. I don't have any other moving. I got a little bit of shooting with the Great Unclean One into the Lich Guard. Do his Putrid Vomit first. D6. Ooh, 9 automatic hits. And they're still -1 toughness. There is always going to be a Lich Guard until I say otherwise, I guess. Because you're T4, these are 3s to wound, but -1 because you're character, so 4s. Ooh, that's not bad. These are all -2, so they're invuln saves. 6 invulns. Invulnerable saves.
4s.
I see. Okay, 4 fails. But you got feel no pain. A Technomancer. Saves. Okay, well, 1 guy dies and 1 guy takes a wound. And then we got the flail. It'll be D6 attacks, +1. It'll be 3. 4, sorry, I just said +1. 4 is to hit because his big guns never tire. I don't know if I love the flail on this. It's what he's modeled with, though. And no wound either. Okay. Would you like to bring some guys back?
Yeah, I may as well.
Do we pull the models already?
No.
All right. So we'll get D3 +1 models back with the Undying Legion. You might as well make it free because the Overlord new battle round. 3. So you lost a model and a half. So you'll gain a model and a half.
Yep.
You can reposition them if you want to. That guy is going to heal the full, and that Lich Guard is going to stand up over here and help the fight on this side. That'll be it for shooting. We're going to go right to charging. I'm going to start with this Beast and Nurgle here. He's going to go, so happy to fight right here. These Lich Guard, why not? And then we're going to have the blood letters declare charge into the Lich Guard. Don't love the idea of fighting them. We're going to try and brute force our way through it. They got a 9, actually. Charge in there, and these Beasts of Nurgle are going to declare charge as well. That's going to be... sure. All right, let's go this way. Let's go... Beast and Nurgle. Boom, boom, boom. All right. You do have a lot of command points for counter-offensive, so it's best I go with the blood letters. There's no point in really putting... you know what? I got no command points anyways. Let's just strike. Blade of Kings on the Herald. He's going to go first. He has 7 attacks because we're in the Shadow of Chaos currently. Welcome to the dock. 2s to hit, I think. 1 miss, and we are +1 to wound, which counteracts the -1 to wound. Which means we're back to 3s. Yep. I wish these were devastating, let me tell you. 4 up invulns, each one is 3 damage. Oh my gosh. Good roll. You got 3 feel no pains on that one guy. Kills him. Bam. Whomever you want it to be. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 14 attacks with blood letters. All right, let's go Lich Guard. These are 3s to hit him. Yes. Yes. This is the help of the Great Unclean One. We're 3s to wound with our +1, -1. Rerolling 1s, Luca. Reroll your 1s. 2s are bad. We hate 2s. Hello, 1s though. Holy crap, drop die. Come on, in my hand. Fine. We got 6 wounds. 4+ invulnerable. Oh,
I think that makes up for the last one.
It definitely, that's the exact opposite. You will have 5 sets of feel no pains though, so I guess just bomb out 5 sets of 2.
Yeah, so first one.
Kills a guy.
Second one.
Another guy dead.
Third one.
He's fully alive.
Fourth one.
3 guys dead.
And 5th one.
Oh, jeez. Okay, he'd say 4 die. Would you like to Undying Legion?
Yes.
Yeah, this one will cost a command point.
Yep.
Okay, so we pulled 4 away from the big guy, forcing him to attack the Void Dragon. And then we're going to pop Undying Legion for D3 +1 coming back. Ooh! 2. So 2 Lich Guard joined the unit again, having those 2 come back. Still pretty far away from the Great Unclean One. Not bad blood letters, but... you know what? That was pretty good, actually. It's hard to beat through the Undying Legion, though. Would you like to counter-offensive anywhere? I don't really have any more charges on them.
I will.
The big guy? He's going to try and kill some of them?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what he's got. He's going to do his Hyperphase Harvester.
Yep, so 4 attacks on 2s.
2s. And...
3s.
Yeah. Ooh!
Lovely.
They're 3 damage each?
3 damage each.
I just have to make 1 of these, eh?
Oh, please don't.
Ah! All right, you kill 1. I got no way to prevent that. All right, we'll lose this guy. No feel, no pain. They're too far away from the big guy. Okay, well, that's 2 command points. You're down to 2. Let's see about this guy trying to take out some of these Lich Guard. Immortals. 4s to hit, and 3s to wound. 2 of them, -1. Ain't gonna do it, folks. Got 1. He's just gonna reanimate later. So we do not get our tempting target. And then I will proceed with this one attacking into the... I would love to kill the Scorpec Lord here, though. Not feeling as confident.
Ooh!
I need to see that roll again.
Okay.
4 ups. You gotta make just 1. Oh!
What was that?
There we go. Though he also dies. I'll take it. But he took a Beast and Urgle with him. But as long as I kill him, I guess. All right, we're gonna have the Void Dragon try and continue, just keeps poking holes in him. He's not even defending himself. He's just sitting there laughing.
2s.
All right.
Oh, dear.
He's starting to get a little shaken. 4s?
4s.
That's a
1.
wound. Invulnerable.
Yep.
Nope. How much damage?
D6 plus 2.
Let's see. This one actually might do something. 4. We are in the Shadow of Chaos. So we take 3. He's at 6. Now he is -1 to hit. Boop. The tail. All right.
And 6s. 1.
1. Boop. Boop. Hey, we're good. I pick. The only thing I really have are these Plague Bearers. So we'll have you pile in and attack from over here. 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll be 14 attacks into the Lich Guard. 3s to hit. Oh, you know what? That objective is technically sticky in my favor as well because I had Plague Bearers controlling it at the end. I don't think that'll matter too much because I don't think the Plague Bear is going to be leaving that area. 3s to hit that are lethal. I got a lethal. Look at that. And a bunch of misses. 5s to wound because of -1 to wound them. 2 wounding hits at -1. Right to your 4 up. 4 plus. Feel no pain. Make 1 to heal.
Come on.
Oh, another Lich Guard goes down. Why not? Who's it gonna be? That guy. Bam. And then you may go. We got Lich Guard or Immortals. It's gonna be the Immortals. It's gonna pile in. We got 8 attacks. It'll be 3s and 5s, I guess. 5s to wound the big guy. All right, I'm not even gonna bother rolling the saves. He's gonna heal the full. I'm not even gonna attack with the Great Unclean One. He can't even hurt the Void Dragon. We're gonna be healing the wounds up next, so I'll save ourselves all the die rolling. And then we'll go with your Lich Guard attacking. We are gonna use a command point on Heroic Challenge on the Overlord?
Yes.
Yep, so it'll bring you down to 1 command point, and he'll have precision on his attacks, and they're gonna try and kill the Herald off.
So 2s to hit.
Good start. Ooh, 2s to wound.
2s to wound, but I really want them 6s.
Oh! Damn. We take 3. A pretty freaking swingy game. 1 wound left on the Bloodmaster. Okay, and then all the Lich Guard and the Technomancer get to attack. I'll figure out however you want to split it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have, you wanted the 2 Lich Guard this way?
Yep.
And then these 3 Lich Guard and the Technomancer and the Plague Bearers. So the 3 Lich Guard and the Plague Bearers will be...
2s.
3s to win the Plague Bearers. Okay. Boom. 2 Anvil units just trying to do... Oh, nice. That's actually all damage. We are near the Great Unclean One. We mitigate none. That kills 2 and a little bit. I can afford to lose you. Can't afford to lose that 1 model. He's the only guy within 6 of the objective for the confirmed Shadow of Chaos. And then the Technomancer. So I took a guy there, and wounded the guy in the back. Techno.
So 3s.
Good start.
And 3s.
All right. 4s though, but yeah, we're good. And then 6 into the blood letters. 2s and 3s, same idea. Ooh. 3s, 4. All right, let's go, boys. Oh, 4 get destroyed. Let's go with 1, 2. Let's lose all 4 of these guys, I guess. And that will conclude the combats. End of my turn. I'm halfway to defending my objective, and I didn't get the tempting target. I'm gonna keep both of my objectives because I might be able to eventually get that tempting target. So I'm gonna keep it for now and hope for the best.
So overwhelming force we got. So kill something on the objective. That's probably going to happen in the center there. And then I've got to try and get to Luca's back objective.
That'll be a little
Probably
difficult.
not going to happen this turn. So, eek.
Overwhelming force would be that Herald's an easy kill with guns. That Beast and Urgle might be an easy kill. That could actually be 5 victory points there if you pop both of them. And then That'll be kind of hard to do, unfortunately. But you never know. And that means we go to the command phase, or the battle shock phase for you, because there's nothing else to really do, I think.
No. Apart from reanimations.
And you're not battle shocked anywhere. So we're right to reanimations. Yep. You get him back.
Yep.
This guy would heal any of the wounds I would have dealt to him. And then we're getting D3 wounds of Lich Guard back. D3 wounds worth of Lich Guard. That's a Lich Guard. We're going to back there to help out against the Bloodletters. And that will bring us to scoring, which we have you on one objective.
Yes.
Just the one, eh?
Currently just the one.
That's a big swing for the Demons
It is.
in some regard.
Huge.
Current update on the score, 30 primary to 20. And I have 19 secondary to your 15. We got an okay lead as the Demons here. I'm about to get 3 at the end of this turn unless you take my territory from me, but you're probably going to get 5 for your 1 secondary. Interesting position to be in here because it's all tied up in a lot of places for the Necrons with the mobile, like the kind of stationary artillery pieces in the back. They hit pretty hard, but it is a lot of points not moving around the middle getting objectives. Because right now this one's just up for grabs. No one even has this objective. One of many in the middle. So with that in mind, this guy can't really afford to fall back because it'll give my guy freedom to go charge in here and use the reverberating summons to get more plague bearers back in the unit. And are these guys going to fall back?
I think I will, just so that if you really want to kill them,
Yeah.
you're going to have to heroically intervene.
They have to charge. I won't be able to. Someone has to charge them to trigger it. Yeah. Backing them up. Obviously keeping control of the objective with your OC2 per model to my 2 on my one guy. Can't do much about that. And I think that might be it for movement, unless you want to take some of the negatives to hit on the big guys back there. On the big guns.
No, we're not going to.
Well,
that.
That'll bring us right to shooting.
Yeah.
Who goes first? Big guy. You know what? We forgot. This guy's got shooting we didn't resolve.
Yes, he's
The lance.
It's just the lance because the voltaic storm is blast.
He can shoot at this guy, yes. Yeah. Throw a spear and the voltaic staff that way. We're going to do storm that way and staff into this guy. And then the healing only occurs at the end of the phase, so he'll still be hurt from the voltaic storm. Start with the voltaic storm. D6 shots plus how many?
2? 3? I'll
Nice.
check.
6 or 7 hits or attack. Going to be 7 attacks hitting on 3s because the big guns never tire. And 2, 4, 6, 8 extra hits. All right, these are
5 stones.
strength 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 to wound. That is 1. That's it. Come on. Oh, we take it. 2 damage.
2 damage.
I think we're too far from the big guy. I'm just gonna roll, and I don't have to worry about it. We take 2. We have 5 left. See if we can dramatically throw this spear into the great unclean one. It misses somehow. In some world, in some universe.
So that guy with his big blubbering body,
Just-
like existing everywhere, can't
just-
be hit by
whoop.
a spear.
He did not just to twist his hip a little bit. Whoop.
He's been doing the water aerobics and all that kind of stuff.
We're gonna start the rest of the shooting off with the big guns. That Doomstalker into my Herald. It'll be 3 shots. He is gonna be
Hits
hitting
on
on
3s.
because he didn't move. Ooh, nice. And 2s to wound, I assume.
2s to wound, yep.
A couple of them. 5 up invulns. Oh, we're demonic. How much damage?
That's 3.
3. He's got a 5 of feel no pain. He feels all 3 pains. He can afford to feel 1 or 2 more pains.
That means
2
I'm not
pains
going to-
left.
I'm going to be able to kill him with the flare.
Shooting the flayer anyways. It's not right. 1 miss. That's it. Okay. And then we have this last very big gun.
Very, very big gun. We're going to go into the chunky lad there.
Well, still, yeah, if you kill him, it's 3 victory points. And then if you kill this guy, that'll be the 5 you need
Yep.
later. Big gun?
Big gun, D6 plus 1.
2!
No.
Alright, this will be... Well, that's all you need to kill him, technically.
2s.
Ooh, couple hits, and 2s. Or 3s, actually. Oh! 8 mortal wounds.
Mortal wounds.
Unreal. Unreal. 2 6s and 2 6. Well, the 2 6s to hit don't matter. He's about 7 inches away. He's dead. He's just
Good.
out of here. Boom. Whew. I'm happy he didn't put that in my big guy. Well, I guess he would have had a 4 feel the pain.
True.
Damn, there goes that waste of my tempting target. That's okay. That was an excellent roll.
Boulders.
That'll be it for shooting. And no charges, so we're right on to fighting. But I get to fight first. Definitely going to go with this guy. I'd like to try and kill the Technomancer and everything off, but we're just going to try and put as many attacks into the unit here before he gets, like, assassinated or something. Yeah, all right, let's go. 2s. Don't roll 4 1s, man. Arrgh. I'm doing well, but I need more. I need this to be solid. I don't, it's so close. I wanted to be like, oh, there we go. We got it. We got the thing. 2 invulnerable saves.
4s.
All right. Feel no pains. Boom. Kills 1.
And
kills 2. Would you like to... Well, I have a few more attacks, but 2 Lich Guard do go down. And that'll be 6 attacks from the remaining Bloodletters. 1s! These are going to be... Are you under half yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 12? Nope.
well, they would have happened at the same time.
True, yeah. Technically, yes, those 2 do wound. Because they're strength 5 to your T4.
Yes.
Plus 1, minus 1. 2 invulns. And then... Did you make them both?
Yes, I did make them both, sorry.
Excellent. Dying Legion, we're going to get D3 plus 1. Oh, they're all back. That's 4 wounds right back. It's not free yet. Still in the 4th battle round, but we're just... These Lich Guard are unbreakable, as they should be. You're going to go with the Void Dragon into the big guy here. And see what you got.
Big size, come on. Nice.
That's not a bad start. Lots of pokes. Forced wound. That is 2. We got an invulnerable save here. Failing them both. Hypothetically. Damn, okay, wouldn't have mattered. All right, so how much damage we got here?
2d6 plus 4.
So it's going to be 5, 10 damage. Let's hope the Endless Gift protects us. Ooh, it does. We take 4 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. Then the weird tail attack.
Canoptic Tail.
Okay, and 6s to wound. That is 2 of them. Invulns. Ooh, 2 damage each?
1 damage each.
Oh, okay. Well, he takes none. I will go with the Plague Bearers. Why not? This guy's gonna attack from... Actually, he'll pile in more that way, just to stay within 6. And everything into the Lich Guard. 3s to hit. Ooh, 3 wounds. Not bad. These are 5s to wound after the minus 1. Ooh, 7 wounds at minus 1. Not bad. These are 4-ups. And you make most of them. Feel no pain. Can I kill 1? No, not anything. 0 damage. Excellent. It's 2 like similar armies fighting each other. The Lich Guard unit itself can attack. I got the Great Unclean one, but I'm not going to bother. He won't do any damage to this guy here. They're all going to swing to the Bloodletters, which, fair. Okay, here we go. 2s. And 3s. Ooh. Okay, not bad. Only the misses in the middle there. 9 invulnerable saves. Well, we're going to pass 2. That's 7 wounds. That's 3, 4. You got him. Swept. Boom, 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 boom. That's 1 less threat to worry about. Kind of a punchy unit, but now you can know the Lich Guard are going to live forever. We're kind of closing to the end of the game at the same time.
Yep.
That will be it. So, you got 3 points for killing that guy.
Yeah.
Very short of getting the other ones. Nurgle's durability just barely holding on there. I don't know if that durability helped at all on that guy.
No, that was just really bad rolling.
Bad rolling in general with the big guns this turn. Yeah, they both rolled 1s or 2s on the shots.
Yeah.
So I got lucky there. The game's super close, barely hanging on by a thread here. Feeling outclassed on the durability side of things and the offensive side of things, but we have more models. So that's kind of the only thing we got going for us. At the end of your turn, you get 3 points for that objective.
Yep.
I get 3 points for my objective.
Yeah.
And are you going to get rid of...
I'm chucking...
Get a command point?
Yeah.
Just want to show the score before we go to the 5th turn. We're technically the 5th turn. I've already adjusted the command points after the discard for your turn, and then gaining them in the next command phase. It's a tight game. I'm up by 10 in primary. I'm about to score 15, though, because I'm still on 3 of the No Man's Land objectives. And I'm at 7, 22 to your 15, 18. So I'm up by 5 on the secondary, 10 on the primary. But you do get to score your primary at the end of your turn 5.
Yeah.
So you're going to get 15 for your primary. I'm going to get 15 for my primary. I'm going to be up by 10 in primary no matter what at the end of the game. Then it's going to come down to secondaries drawn for both players here. So I'm up by 5 and 10 there. So if I can get some secondaries, I think the Forces of Chaos will be okay here. So I kept tempting target as a gamble for that Beast of Nurgle to take out those immortals with the assistance of the Great Unclean One's putrid vomit. Unfortunately, I didn't expect the Beast of Nurgle to be targeted by the Doomsday Arc and have that outstanding double devastating wound take it out, thus making tempting target a dead draw. So we are going to draw another card, only one, Capture Enemy Outpost, because we did get Defend Stronghold last turn. Capture Enemy Outpost is going to be a dead draw, unfortunately, as well. I just will not be able to take that objective with anything I have. So with my 2 command points because of Vox Static, I have no choice but to discard one of my cards and try to draw a 3rd secondary card. And we get Area Denial. That is a 3rd dead draw for the Forces of Demons here. Doesn't mean it's over, it just means I have to bank on George not getting possible secondaries as well, thus giving the Demons about a 10-point win, maybe. Area Denial is going to be impossible to shift this unit. That is the middle of the table, that objective right there. So the Lich Guard, with what I have, like 5 Plague Bearers and a Beast of Nurgle, will not do the trick. Capture Enemy Outpost. Beast of Nurgle is free, but that thing's objective control 5. The Beast of Nurgle is only 2. And I have no way to get more models on it. And that's about it. So again, I'm up by a few points. So I have to like try in this turn. The only thing I can do this turn to stop you is because I know you're going to get your 15 because you could just have, you don't have to kill me or anything. You just have that guy jump to this objective. They stay there. And you're going to muscle me off of this objective.
Pretty much.
So I have no choice. They're actually not below half strength, so they won't be able to take a battle shock check, which means they won't be able to get any models back either. So I have to make the decision on disengaging from combat this turn, just calling it a wash, and hopefully you don't get any cards that involve killing, or stay in combat and let you kill me, hoping that you draw cards that involve killing things. I'll have to take a quick second to look at that, but might as well resolve my command phase. I have no command points because I did new orders, and George still has 3. It's a tough call. I'm feeling confident, but it's all up to your cards, really, on how this game's going to go.
Heart of the cards.
Exactly that. So I don't mind losing that. That means it's a damn close game.
It really is.
All around. I do have to do Battle Shock on the Great Unclean One. He is in the Shadow of Chaos. So we pass. He's going to heal with 1 wound. He's back up to 3. Okay, fair. Same with that guy. He is going to take a Battle Shock check. Ooh, he might be Battle Shocked, I guess. So this adds 1 to my roll for being in the Shadow of Chaos, but he's Leadership 7. So he's just simply Battle Shocked. In general, I can't use commands on him, and he's OCS 0.
Ooh. That's big.
That makes Lucas sad.
That's
Oh.
Okay, that changes a lot.
Damn, I'm trying to remember if I ever had... No, because he wiped the Plague Bearers off the unit, and he wouldn't have been part of that unit there. That makes it so I don't get 15 points. I only get 10 points. Boom, 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 10 points here. It means I'm still ahead. It means I'm still ahead by 5 points in the primary.
It's still huge, though. That is huge.
Ay, ay, ay. Damn. So I have 5 there and 5 for here. That's 10. Not you, though. Eh? At the very end, you're going to fail me, Mr. Poxbringer. That in mind, I have to try my best to make you not score victory points. So I have to have this guy go up and around that way and try and charge in and just generally stay in combat. Might be my best bet. I think this guy just falls back. I don't really know. I don't know if giving the Void Dragon mobility will help me too much. So the cards I'm thinking of in my head that I have to watch out for is Area Denial could be 5 points. So if that's the case, I definitely want to back up and not engage too heavily. But I'm also worried about you getting assassinated. So that means I have to get my Great Unclean One out of here. No, that means I want to keep my Great Unclean One in combat, and hopefully he dies to the Void Dragon. But that means the Void Dragon will be free to hunt this guy down because I need him over here. So I think I'm just going to keep... I don't want them to be free to move is a problem. That's the thing. That's the main thing. That's a tough call. I'm going to move this thing over there. That's it. And I'm going to advance this guy to back there. We'll see what he gets. Because he's not controlling that objective anyway. So he got a 5. So he's going to come up and around there. I'm going to hide there from the big guns. We're going to have the Beast and Nurgle come up and around this way. I wish I could advance and charge. I don't have the command points for it, though. The new orders were seeming a little bit more important. 3 ends up as a 10 inch charge into the Immortals is not ideal. So I think 6 Lich Guard there if I do any damage to him. I have to kill like more than 2 is the thing. You know what? I'm just going to stay in combat. I'm going to charge and see what the cards dictate. I'm in a good spot for scoring, but if this last turn doesn't work out for me, the dice dictated. That guy chose to fail the battle. If he wanted to win this game, he would have passed the battle shock check. So let's just charge with the smelly guy. Let's go. This also helps because if I charge here, it forces these guys to not commit to over there. They have to fight over here. So it technically brings some of the Lich Guard out of the fight. Yeah, that's it there. So I'll just go ahead and start fighting. This guy's going to shoot, but there's no point. So I'm just going to, because he has to go... shoot into them. He could technically kill them all. That'd be weirdly clutch. So I'll do his bile attack into them. We'll see what we get. Not high enough. Not high enough. Wound 3 times. Be -2, 5 ups.
5s.
Kills 2, not enough to battle shock them. That's what I was hoping. Hopefully, if I could have, off by 1 or 2, if I could have battle shocked them and they fail the battle check, they take D3 more wounds and die.
Ooh.
Yeah, before they score, that would have been big for me too. Well, not before they score, but it'd be 1 less unit to score with. Damn, you great and clean one's so close. I'm gonna fight first with this guy. I know we just did the charge and the shooting a little bit out of order, but it doesn't change too much. This guy, if this guy just cranks like 12 mortal wounds, we're good to go also. That's not a bad way to start. Those all hit. And you are toughness 4, so I'm wounding you on 4s because of the -1 wound.
Yep.
6s! 2 more wounds. That's a fail, that's 1. You have a feel no pain. Just the 2 mortals. Can I kill 1 Lich Guard?
No.
Nope, not quite. Oh, I didn't kill any models though. That's good too. No Undying Legion. Either kill nothing or everything against them. You get to pick. Big guy or little guys?
Big guy's not going to do anything. Little guys.
Little guys it is. They pile in kind of like this. These guys are all going to fight the Beast and Nurgle because they kind of have to. These ones are able to fight the Plague Bearer. So let's go to the 3 into the Beast and Nurgle, I suppose. Actually, this guy doesn't really want to pile in like that. He wants to stay over here, but fight through base contact. Or within an inch. It all works. What do you got?
2s to hit.
2s and 5s. Okay, it's a lot of 1s. And 5s.
5s. I'm not going to kill it.
I guess there's no point.
Yeah, so...
I'm not even going to do my saves.
No
He's
point
alive.
doing the saves. He's still there.
He's good to go. And then we have 3 attacking the Plague Bearer. Same idea. 2s to hit. Ooh, much
That's
better
a bit
roll.
Better.
Oh, yes. And
3s.
okay. 6 demon saves. We save 3 of them. And then, can we feel no pain, any of those? None. That does kill 2. So that finishes this guy. And I guess this guy. Doesn't really matter who I pull too much. We have a Technomancer and an Overlord to attack with still. We're going to go with the Void Reaper. Void Scythe.
2s.
Okay, couple hits. 2s to wound.
2s.
Ooh. That's 3 mortals and an invuln. The invuln, we fail. So that's going to kill 1 guy. Probably have to make 2 of these. And then it's 1 dead. And then these are mortal wounds.
Yep.
Which I take 1 damage. So you're going to kill this guy. And I'll take a damage on this guy. And the Technomancer.
Staff of Light.
1 hit. That is a wound.
Wound.
And we're invulnerable. My guys are going to fight back. Not that I really want to. I don't have a choice, though. 1 wound. 2 hits. 5 to wound because of the -1 to wound. So just 1 invuln. And it's going to be a pass. Okay, that's that. You can attack. I'm not going to bother attacking with my big guy. You can attack me back. Don't forget, in between all of these, I'm not going to be attacking. He would be healing the 2d3 wounds at this point. So I wouldn't have done much to kill him. Okay, 2 hits. 4s to wound.
4s. 1.
1 invulnerable save to rule them all. Ooh, d6 plus 2?
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? 5. Ooh, we got the Endless Gift. Oh, he takes 1 damage. Sure.
Tick-tail.
Oh, yes. We got 2s to hit here. 2s and 6s, everyone. We got a miss. 6 to wound. 2. All right. Invulns. Make 1, fail 1. Endless Gift. We're good. Still at 2. Nice. Excellent. Okay. That's it. End of my turn. I score none of my secondaries. I'll discard 1 of them to get a command point. Doesn't really matter which one. I'll get a command point on George's turn coming up, and that is about it. Again, I wanted to take a recap of the score. Before we go to his turn, as a reminder, I'm at 40 primary to 20, but you're probably going to get 15.
Yeah.
It looks like you'll get 15, so I am going to be up by 5 there, and you're at 5, 10, 15, 18 to my, 22. So I'm up by 10 in total. So you need to accomplish 2 secondaries this turn. You need 2 5-point secondaries. Nothing else matters. Suppose we can save the editor some work. Why don't we do it live for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we going to draw? Shuffle it up if you want to, or look at it. It's up to you.
I've just immediately done it, so no prisoners.
So that's kill. You have to kill 3 units to get 5 points.
Area denial.
Oh, I was right on area denial. Okay. So I put this guy within 6, so he has to die. Because otherwise it's only worth 3 points, I believe. This unit should be easy to kill. So you have to kill them and him.
Yep.
But then if you kill both of them, that'll be 4 points for no prisoners. So you have to kill a 3rd unit. So it's... And with all of that in mind, it'll be a tie.
Yeah.
You'll get a tie.
It is on a knife's edge.
You gotta kill 3 units this turn. He's probably the least optimal to do it with.
Yeah.
But these are all reasonable to kill.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do defensively other than reroll and bone saves on this guy. Interesting. And it'll still be a tie. Okay, not bad. Well, let's go to Battle Shocks. You're good here, and you're good here. If I did one more, can you do me a hypothetical Battle Shock? I gotta know.
Hypothetical Battle Shock.
It'd be a -1.
Yeah, I would have Battle Shocked.
And you would have taken 3 more wounds than I would have killed.
died.
If I killed 1 more model, the game would have been done right there. Excellent. Oh, that's how close it is. Okay, fine. That's fair. Stressful. What are we thinking for just reanimating? So yeah, reanimating them. Back to full, nice. And then D3 for these homies. 1, just back to full health on him. This guy would also heal whatever 2 damage I would have dealt with. and then you don't score yet, you score at the end of your turn. So you're good here. You're gonna get this one, and you have to get a 3rd one in the middle, so the Doomsday Arc would come out and do that. So we'll go ahead and because he's got more with than this guy.
Yep.
That means he'll lose his devastating wounds though, so that's kind of clutch. So he does move there, and we are gonna move this Doomstalker to get better line of sight to this guy. Again, we reanimated them, we moved them further forward, so where do we start shooting here?
I'm going to start off with the Doomstalker, who has moved over into your Poxbringer.
Fair, okay. Poxbringer, Herald, and Urgle. Let's see what you got going for you, buddy.
Okay, so
D6 plus 1?
plus 1.
2 shots it is. You have 4 command points if you want to re-roll it or save it.
I'm going to save it because there could be something... I've got other things that can shoot.
Like this guy's a little bit better for you. 4s? Because you moved? Okay, got both hits.
And 2s to wound.
Should be 2s, yep. Got a couple of them. Invulns. Oh, 6 damage?
Yep.
Well, here's 2 of them. All right, well, he's got a wound left. I got to do 4 more. Bam, 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 bam. He's dead. Woo. So there is 2 victory points for a kill. Boom. And 1 less unit on the middle.
Yep.
So if you can kill this unit, which you should be able to do, and this guy, tie game. Good starts, though. Who's next?
Let's see if I can plink off some wounds here.
I will re-roll his invuln saves of 1.
Yep.
I got 2 command points to do this phase and the combat phase. See if you can de-atomize him a little bit.
You're on an objective as well.
Yes, you get 4 re-rolls to wound.
Spicy.
So it's going to be 3s to hit, 6s are lethal. I see 2 wounds. Okay. 6s to wound here.
Re-rolling.
So that's another wound, plus 3 re-rolls. Okay, 3 invulnerable saves, which I can re-roll the 1. Ooh.
Oh.
Endless Gift, because I'm in the Shadow of Chaos still. 1 wound left.
Oh.
He's still kicking. That's all I need. He can only throw his spear into melee. The Voltaic Storm can't target anything.
Yep.
Hits. And 6.
6. No.
Oh, all right. And then we have the big guy into the big guy.
Only the flares can go into him.
True. Right?
Yeah. Blast.
Shoot. Yeah, blast and not in the combats. Yeah, just the flares. He's only got a wound anyway, so I could do it. We'll be able to rapid fire range, so 10 shots, but 6s are lethal. If this 1 wound, Great Unclean One can survive. We got a wound, 2 wounds actually. These are 6s to actually wound. 2 invulnerable saves. Rolling 1s. Make 1, fail 1. Endless Gift. He's still alive. Oh. There's no charging, I assume.
No, there isn't any charges.
So fighting, I get to fight first. I'll try with the Beast and Nurgle to mitigate some of the attacks these guys can do. I don't think it's going to matter. In fact, it might just screw me up in the end too, because if he kills guys, they can die and reanimate over here. So I'll attack with the... It doesn't matter where I go with. I'm screwed. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I'm going to opt to go with the Beast and Nurgle. So hopefully he misses everything. 2 mortal wounds. It's not the worst. Technomancer! Alright, that's best case scenario for me. I kill nothing. That's what I wanted. And then you fight, I assume. Because I'm not going to do anything with him, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's just do the Lich Guard.
3 Lich Guard and 3 wounds.
I'm just going to say we're not going to bother rolling this.
That's fair,
That's not going to matter. So
these ones are going to attack
just
over here.
those.
Yeah. Overlord.
On 2s.
Ooh, 1 miss. Should be 2s.
2s.
Ooh, devastating.
3 more wounds.
6s. Oh, there you go. That's area denial. This guy's too far away from the middle. I was debating on keeping them out of combat, but I was worried about them getting shot at by the blast. So I figured the blast was... And they were damned if they do, damned if they didn't. I just didn't... Maybe I figured it was better not giving them mobility. But that's 2 units killed for no prisoners, and 5... And 5 for area denial. So that's 9 points so far to close the gap. You're 1 off.
Yeah.
This guy needs to die in melee from the Void Dragon. Do you think he's got it in him to do 1 damage? I am going to do Demonic Invulnerability again to reroll my ones.
Yeah.
And this is what it's going to come down to. You couldn't ask for a better outcome. We're going to Hungry Void him to give him strength 13 on his staff. All right. Hasn't really seemed that important until this point.
No.
All right. Let's see what we have. I guess it's pretty cool either way if he dies or not.
Yep.
2s. Okay. Not ideal. 3's to wound because it's strength 13 now. Doesn't matter.
I am, because I've got the command points to do it,
Reroll here.
I am going to reroll this.
You have 3 command points. Now you have 1 command point, and I have invulnerable saves and no way to reroll it other than the ones. Oh! D6 plus 2 damage. 1 fail. I can't reroll it, so 4.
Oh.
I have to make 4 invulnerable saves. Oh, he does.
Yes!
Deadly Demise for dramatic effect? Nada. He can only be poked by the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon so many times before he goes down. So that'll be end of the turn. 5 victory points for you, 5 victory points, 5 victory points, giving you 15 on primary, making it so I only have a 5-point lead there, and you gained 10 victory points in secondaries.
Yes.
That's right, I did the math wrong. It's not a tie, it's a 1-point win for the Necrons. We got starved a little bit on secondaries on this side. So we did really well in the primary, but you were able to catch up, which is nice. So that's it, 5 points different there, but I got 5, 10, 15, 22 to your, it's a little complicated, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 28. So that means the difference of 6, 22 to 28, that's 6. And that's all it takes. 1 point for Necrons to take the win and take the field for their harvesting of the minerals, everyone. Outstanding. Came down to just a few, literally just a couple die rolls at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Vault members, don't forget there's more Warhammer 40k for you folks to watch. We're going to do 1,000 points of my Harlequins versus Necrons. You know, a little War in the Heavens kind of thing going on. So you can check that out at the links below if you're a Vault member. Also, if you're a paid YouTube member, check out the links below. Now let's get back to the post game.
Whew! First of all, excellent game.
Yeah.
It came down to just a couple of die rolls. If I made 1 more invuln save on my Poxbringer, my Herald and Nurgle down here, maybe I make 1 more Feel No Pain, 1 more invulnerable save on the big guy here. They would have been a 1-point win for Nurgle. Now, in that game, every little die roll kind of mattered. It was nice. Every little extra reanimate, every little extra damage I did. If this guy, like I said earlier, if this guy did 1 more wound to them, they would have battle shocked. They would have fled off the table. You would have had to, I guess you could have just taken, no, he was stuck fighting. Yeah, he needed to fight there at the end.
He had to fight.
And he's not within 3 of this objective, nor that objective. So it came down to every little die roll.
Actually, to be fair,
he could have consolidated.
Even if I had gone out of there, I would have been able to shoot you in the back with my Doomsday Cannon, so that was a possibility.
That's true too. Yes, you could have shot him with a gun. So there was a few options there, but it would have made it a little bit more of a struggle.
Yes.
I was so debating, stuck in my head if I should just fall them back like a full 5 and force them to kind of like fight the Beast of Nurgle, kill him obviously, and I would have like tried to stay within range of the objective naturally, but I figured there's only 2 of them. I got a blast and a flare array that's gonna probably hammer them to death, so I'm probably better just pinning them in place so they can't like consolidate into the big one to help out or something. So I think it just came down to die rolls. I'm sure there's like maybe it would have been nice if I remembered the rerolls on the blood letters on the one. I don't know how many there were. I didn't bother looking, and they could have all technically still failed. So it's always better to assume they would have failed because that ended up losing one of my Beasts of Nurgle by not killing that Scorpec Lord. Again, might not have mattered at all, but there was some excellent points in this game. And the ritual turned out to be pretty good too because we had a lot of objectives. I think we had just 5, right?
Yeah, so we threw down 1, 2, 3, 4.
Only 4. We only did the first 2 player turns because after turn 2 it started getting a little hectic.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford to like...
Yeah, we were too much in the middle. There was no point in us trying to go out of our way to do it because at that point we needed to...
Correct, yeah.
Needed to start slapping about.
And it was pretty tight. I wanted to avoid the Lich Guard unit as much as I could. Funny enough, this guy would have been not so bad at fighting him. Just a lot of progressive damage over time. With the help of everything else, I'm sure it would have mattered. But I don't know if charging the Void Dragon was the right call or the wrong call, because it tied up the Void Dragon for the entire game.
Yeah, so
until the bitter end.
Without hitting the Void Dragon, he would have been able to have gone through your Plague Bearer units, and then your Bloodletters might have been, when you came round, if you chose to do that in the situation, would have still been at a huge disadvantage. So maybe the fact that I got so unlucky in trying to actually kill it,
yeah,
I think still went over in your favour. That gave you enough time to be able to try and work through your cards and pin those primaries down.
Keeping the tempting target was rough, but I wouldn't have expected him to. There's so many things I was not expected this game because it was so close the whole way. Just getting that tempting target, that one more turn of shooting at them, and the Beast and Urgo going in and trying to clean them up, so close. The other thing I debated on was the Bloodletters not charging them at all and going for more that objective or making their way to these guys. I just didn't have the command point for the advance and charge, and I figured, I did the math in my head a little bit, if that character if you failed a few more invulnerable saves, or whatever it might be, kill a few more Lich Guard, put a little bit more pressure on the Lich Guard, hold the middle a little bit longer, might have turned out a little bit better too. But the Lich Guard are a hard, they're probably one of the hardest things to shake in the game. But as something should be, Custodians technically are actually, but Lich Guard are definitely up there. And you know what? That's kind of what you like to see. Right now in this edition, I'm finding everyone's in agreement. Melee is kind of weak. Now, maybe in your meta, it's like you just can't get past people just rolling you over. But I think in reality, melee is the weaker element of the game, only because of the way morale works.
Yeah, so due to the fact that all of the guns have gotten extremely strong now, so all of unless you have built your army in a specific way to be able to make the most of your melee units being able to get into combat super quickly and just wipe whatever they hit, you're going to have a bad time. I mean, those Scorpec destroyers, they finally got their first kill.
Yep. Killed a unit of Plague Bearers.
Yeah, killed a unit of Plague Bearers. Those are hard to kill, usually.
Yeah.
But, I would have been better off probably having some warriors or maybe something else.
Nice screens and carpets.
Let's be honest, the most fun things to do are the worst things to do.
Yeah, I agree. You see a lot of lists running melee units to run are the more durable ones are typically better for more stand your ground kind of mechanics. It's very reminiscent of early 9th edition. You see a lot of big bricks of Terminators, Lich Guard, giant bricks of Custodians and stuff like that. Maybe things will change up in the future, but right now that's kind of what you see a lot of.
Yeah.
The other thing I was kind of interested in seeing was if I had remembered to keep this unit over there within 6 of the big guy. I only had to move over about an inch on a couple models. That 6-up Feel No Pain could have kept that unit alive, and they would have been in the Shadow of the Warp getting D3 models back a turn.
Yeah.
That could have been, actually I don't know how much that would have mattered, because I won that side and was able to push through it.
Yeah.
So having that extra unit probably wouldn't have mattered, honestly, that much. I could have used a strat to reallocate them somewhere else on the battlefield. That would have been nice to have. But that's okay. That's kind of how the cookie crumbles in a lot of ways too. Never really played them before, so I forgot about the aura when I was moving around. But yeah, right now this was I like the idea of this list. I don't like the one wound on the Bloodletters. It's a little too soft, I think, but they hit, and their hitting potential is okay.
Yeah, they were chopping things up good. They were doing quite well. It's just a shame that the one other thing that they went into was way more durable than they could handle. Yeah. Just kind of relying on it's like fighting Lich Guard is no different than fighting into Custodians. Just, do they make their 4-ups? Yes or no? Then you're probably not going to break through them. You kill 2, they're going to probably get those 2 back, if not 1.5, and then they're going to reanimate again. And in this case, George is kind with his Overlord. You could have a Res Orb in there getting more back every turn as well. Yeah. Definitely didn't forget to paint mine.
Yeah. Well, you know what? In the end, I think technically the with the tachyon arrow did enough damage to help to take the. I think it was like 4 damage or something.
Something like that.
So you know what? Who's to say the tachyon arrow was a bad choice in this case?
Yeah.
Because it technically ended up helping win the game.
Yeah.
But maybe the reservoir would help more. It's always hard to say. But I like that the tachyon arrow had influence in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we can always talk about what ifs and what ifs,
Yeah,
but
that'd be like all game.
They didn't. Those things didn't happen, so they don't matter.
Correct. The tachyon arrow won the game.
Yes.
In a
Yep.
weird
I'm going to
roundabout
say
way.
that.
It would have been nice to have the Nightbringer instead of the Void Dragon.
Yeah. I've got 3. I've brought 3 Catan with me. I did in my first game. I brought the Nightbringer, so I thought I'd bring the Void Dragon. I didn't want to bring the Sempiternal Weave silliness.
The Transcendent
just
one, yeah.
yet. Saving that for someone.
Who gets that misery?
Josh.
Oh, brutal, dude. That'll be funny. I'm going to be around for that. I'm excited to be around for that. Josh loves Necrons.
He loves them so much.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Well, glad I didn't have to, I had to deal with that earlier this week. I had to cheese them out with Lethal Occultist, actually, technically. But, man. The state of like the Demons, this is the first time playing them. I was humming and hawing about what I want to play. The Marines aren't available right now because Dave is doing a big video with all the Studio Marines, which is like the Grey Knights, the Space Wolves, Blood Angels, you name it, it's up there. So I played a game with Death Watch, just kind of scratched that itch, but I didn't quite fulfill it. I really want to play Grey Knights or something. I didn't want to play Chaos. I'm playing a lot of Word Bears. So I want to chill on Chaos. And I'm obviously not going to do Necrons and Necrons, and I don't like any other than Xenos factions too much. Not to try them. I'd probably do Drukhari, but not right now. So I decided today I'm playing a live stream of Chaos Demons in 7th edition with Steve for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And I said, wait a second. Why don't I just recreate that list I'm playing? This is an exact list of what I'm playing in that battle report or in the live stream battle later. Well, as you watch this video, that would have been weeks ago, but the funny fact is, this guy's like 280 points. He's, I guess, 310 with the Endless Gift. He had the enhancement. And in Warhammer Fantasy Battle 7th Edition, 655 points.
That's before any of the
That's all the upgrades.
That's all the upgrades.
That's 100. That's 100 points of demonic gifts, and makes him a level 4 wizard. 120 points to be a level 4 wizard. Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. But I mean, they are literal monsters on the battlefield. They have a crazy amount of influence. I mean, if used right, that is a big chunk of your army, to say the least. It's over a third of your army in that kind of battle I'm playing. So I guess we'll see. I have yet to play it. We'll see if it's worth it or not. It all depends on how the magic goes. I could cast my first spell and lose them. So
that's very true.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
The joys of fantasy.
The joys of older editions. We were talking a little bit earlier about, I came up with a funny idea. It's still in my head. It's living rent-free up here all day. About talking about like the direction Warhammer took, and for better or for worse. I love 10th edition because it breathes a lot of life back into it for some of the elements I've been missing for years. Demons feel like, okay, well, let's put it this way. A lot of armies feel like Necrons, 100% feel like Necrons again.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Now, granted, if you got into Warhammer 40k 8th edition with Necrons, or 9th edition with Necrons, it's a completely different feel from like 2nd all the way to 7th edition. 8th edition completely changed how they played, and like for the worse. They were kind of rough to play.
Yeah.
Necrons have always been kind of like an overpowered army. The Xenos armies have always been kind of, not over, I use the word overpower incorrectly. They played outside of the box a lot.
Yeah, so your human factions were all the stuff where you knew what they were about.
Correct.
Yeah, even the Chaos factions, you knew what they were about.
They play strictly within the rules of the core rulebook.
But the Xenos factions always gave people like the ability to be able to do something a little bit different.
Yes.
And usually different kind of means a bit better than everybody
100%,
else.
almost every time.
Yeah.
There'd be some give as well.
Yeah.
Like the Necrons had a lot of things. Well, let's go back to 2nd edition. Necrons had a rule, I believe it was 12-inch aura. If you're within 12 inches of any Necron model, it could just be a single warrior. Now, granted, back then warriors were a lot more expensive, and the game was a much smaller scale. And you had like a power weapon, or like a power sword, axe, power fist. They had like they permeated some EMP that didn't affect them because they're not really. Like, they're techno-mechanical, science-y stuff, right?
They're like anything. They're like any technology from like D&D.
Correct.
Think about it like that.
In a lot of ways, yeah. A lot of techno magic when it comes to Necrons. They would just turn off your power weapon. So if you had a power fist, it didn't work anymore. It just counted as a close combat weapon.
Yeah.
Power axe, don't care. Just a close combat weapon. Hey, if they were near vehicles, it depended. You'd kind of roll, but you might just completely shut the vehicle down. You got like a super expensive Land Raider. Damn shame there's one Necron warrior near it, right?
That super feels bad.
Yeah, that's like going 23 years ago kind of thing. Yeah, way back in the day. Otherwise, used to have rules like their Gauss rule. You might think it's really annoying that there's lethal in everything. Let me tell you, the equivalent of what they used to be against vehicles. Let's put it this way. A Gauss Flare would say, rules as written now compared to what it used to do would be devastating wounds, but there'd be a little caveat. If this is against a vehicle, change the damage characteristic of the weapon from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And then in other editions, it was like, if they were shooting a vehicle, it's like they auto-glance.
That's exactly what it would be, yeah.
Like 20 warriors? Oh, that's a very nice, like, Land Raider you got there.
Guaranteed dead. One volley from those warriors that take the Land Raider off the table.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, the equivalent, because like a Land Raider would have 4 hull points. Every 6 to wound, effectively, that the warriors would roll would be one of its 4 hull points gone.
Yep.
Unless it had cover, then would get a cover save or something, sure. But we're like
5 or a 6 up.
Correct. But that like those warriors in rapid fire would be 40 shots.
Yeah, just loads of shots.
Yeah.
You're gone, and then the Space Marines in the middle are wetting themselves now.
Correct.
They've probably got destroyers on them.
Yeah, there might be now destroyers trained at them. It's like, oh, these are AP3, you get no save at all.
Yeah.
Against their shots. Yeah. Back in the day, the Necrons were always very like. Essentially, you would ask your opponent, you're playing Space Marines and I'm playing Necrons. Do you have any vehicles in your list? Probably better just to take them out and put like other things in instead.
Yeah.
So you'd always kind of have that discussion beforehand. Not to mention Scarabs were so very strong against vehicles.
Yeah.
Scarabs used to have a rule. I'm going off this. So again, a little podcast here. Like a Land Raider would have armor 14 on all sides. Very, very durable.
Yeah.
The Scarabs had a rule that. And they hit all vehicles on 3s because vehicles had weapon skill 1. When Scarabs attacked a vehicle, which had 4 or 5 attacks each on the charge, can't remember. Even 3 Scarabs, we'll say 15 attacks or 12 attacks. Every hit against the vehicle reduced its armor facing by 1.
Yeah.
So you have 12 attacks, hitting on 3s, that's 8, reduced, boom. So he's all of a sudden down from armor 14 to 6. Permanently.
Yeah.
And if he's ever reduced to 0 armor, he's wrecked automatically. But the best part was, you would roll to hit, reduce his armor, then roll the armor pen. So you get him down to armor 6, and then all your strength 3 attacks glance on 3s. And then every 4 up is a penetrating hit. Perfect rules. Bring back my 5th edition Necrons. Mind Shackle Scarabs?
Yeah.
So, you're the best fighter in the galaxy? Too bad. Mind Shackle Scarabs, you're going to kill yourself and your unit, and then I'm going to kill you too. They had every tool in the game to be like, I don't want to play against Necrons. It could be pretty bad. But back in the day, so this is where a lot of like Games Workshop writers had a lot of fun with the rules, because back in 3rd edition to 5th edition, Necrons were really strong. The rule is called We'll Be Back instead of Reanimation Protocols. And they had a phase-out rule that they used to put a negative rule in a lot of the army books. Like, all the Xenos armies can do this, this, and this outside of the core rule books, but here's their massive downside. But the players wouldn't always divulge.
No.
Yeah.
It would always be a case of, back in the day, if somebody brought Necrons, you'd ask to see their codex.
You should absolutely. You always had to ask to see, because the Necrons had a rule that they were very protective of their technology and everything that they had. That if they were losing a battle, if they ever got their forces down to 25% of the amount of models they had or points, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was models.
It was it was the total models. So
it was the model count. Yeah. They automatically lost the game as they would phase out of the battlefield and just give it up. No matter what the objective was, they're like, nope, we're gone.
Yeah, they would just disappear. They would not want even a Necron warrior was a technological marvel to the Imperium or anybody.
They would all sabot. They would de-atomize themselves so they couldn't get captured.
Yeah.
Or they would just teleport back to the tomb ship or the tomb world, wherever they needed to be. So it's like an absolute no capture. No, you're not allowed to even remotely reverse engineer any aspect of us. And that's what their old lore used to be. 5th edition got rid of the phase-out rule, and then they kind of opened up the gates of the Necron lore a little bit more, showed a little bit more of their society, their culture, and their like mindset. And
before that, they were just all even up to the Lords, they were all just mind mindless killers.
Yes.
So like 4th and 5th edition started bringing out the fact that the nobles, they all still had some semblance of a soul,
Exactly,
some semblance of an actual being.
They had like a conscience, and they had free will, they had thought and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's when they started evolving the lore. Because when Necrons first came out in 2nd edition, it was very much one of those, like, anytime the Imperium interacted with them, it was like a devastating defeat.
Yeah.
And there was no survivors. Therefore, there was no information.
Which means that they won the war.
Yeah, exactly. And that was, to my understanding, that was always because like Games Workshop had a cool idea for a new faction, but they didn't have like the lore.
Yeah, they didn't really know where to go with it just yet.
So they're just this extremely alien menace that always wins.
Yeah.
Effectively, yeah. So even back in Battlefleet Gothic, they used to have rules where they were so impossible to deal with in void combat that if you destroyed even one of their ships or captured one of their ships, you automatically won the game. Like any of their cruiser level ships.
Yeah.
Even their fighters are worth quite a bit of points too, because
Yeah.
they would give you 300% their points value in victory points, as opposed to the usual 100 you get for the other factions.
Yeah.
So it was and they were all, on top of that, they're also very expensive. Much more
Yes.
expensive than all the
Yeah,
other ships in
yeah.
the game. Exactly, yeah. But they would just outmaneuver everything on the, because they had something called inertialess drives, which made Upium essentially, but they just mean they could go at faster than with the flick of a switch, they go faster than light and just reappear everywhere, and there's no inertia. That was the idea. Yeah, there's no downside to it. But yeah, it was kind of cool, and then obviously the lore evolved from there. But I mean, back in the day, all the Xenos armies had these weird, annoying rules, like Eldar had battle focus.
When the Dark Eldar came out, they had their power through pain table at the time. None of this like tokens and like re-rolling, but no, they had the power through pain table, which was a lot of fun to play with. And orcs.
They were always kind of bad.
Yeah, they were always kind of bad, but you would always have that one situation where your opponent just, like, got really cocky, and then you mess up, and then your opponent called the war, and then you died.
Correct.
They were a check to see how humble you were.
Correct. You always you joke around and goof around with the orcs as much as you can until all of a sudden it's like, oh, I lost, or something. I'm tied up everywhere. I'm fighting everywhere. I'm just like, yes, exactly.
5th edition was playing my Tau, was shooting, gunning them down. War boss with a unit of boys just ran through, killed everything.
Well, that reminds me of like back in the day, sweeping advances, everything like that. You just win combat by one.
Yeah.
You lose it, and you just lose everything. You have like a super expensive crisis suit team with a bunch of drones and everything.
Yeah.
War boss tags it, kills a couple. You don't kill any. You run away. He sweeps you, and then you just lost like half your army or a third of your army or something.
Even worse, commander in the unit.
Oh, there's a commander in the unit. That's even worse.
Yeah.
The old sweeping, different game completely to nowadays. Everything is like very much in your control. I think the only thing in this game that happened that was kind of out of my control, well, I mean, other than the hitting, the wounding, and all that stuff, was this guy's battle shock technically lost me the game.
Yeah, that was like the huge sort of big turning point.
Yep.
I think it probably, if that didn't happen,
I would have won by 4.
Yeah. Draw at best for me.
Yeah, correct.
At best, and that was me playing perfectly, rolling perfectly.
So I was very pleased with actually how the Demons played. I liked a lot of it. As I was playing the game, I was learning more and more. I was having a hard time managing the Shadow of Chaos stuff. I feel like I really like Nurgle elements because they got a couple wounds, they're hard to shake, and they're OC2 on the Plague Bearers. Keeping the objectives in No Man's Land seems rather important. But I don't know how much the actual demon players out there practice that or how valuable that actually is. Now, corrupting the objectives and making them count as Shadow of the Warp, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was a big deal, yeah.
And if you play Be'lakor, then he is the Shadow of the Warp.
Interesting.
So you know, if you want to play with Be'lakor, I don't know.
I assume most people probably do that.
Yeah, probably. Then wherever he is, the Shadow is.
Damn. I hate it when I kind of hate it when named characters are such powerful force multipliers that they kind of fit into every list.
Yeah.
Damn, why can't he just be like a cool demon prince with a cool sword? If you want to kill the guy. It kind of reminds me of the Loon Boss from Sigmar and the Gloomspite gets. You're like kind of crazy if you don't bring him.
Yeah.
Because he also has the aura of is like almost the same thing, the Bad Moon aura.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And he has a lot of other powerful abilities as well.
Yeah.
I cannot stand named characters that are force multipliers.
It's annoying because you want to really love those characters.
Yeah.
Like you play them because you like them. It's like Baden for me.
Yes.
I try never to bring him because he's just so good.
I liked it back in 7th when he was cool because he had all 4 marks of chaos.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, he would upgrade a unit of Terminators to be the Bringers of Despair.
Yeah.
Which increased their weapon skill and their ballistic skill. But that was it. It didn't like influence any other part of the battlefield. He was just a really killy character. Yeah. And you could kill him. He just had a 4-up. Oh, he might have had a 3-up invuln. Yeah, he had a 3-up invuln with the Mark of Zinch at the time. But yeah, you could. You know who could kill him? Overlord with Mind Shackle Scarabs.
Gosh darn those Necrons.
If anyone is unfamiliar with the Mind Shackle Scarabs, they are a holdover from 5th edition, maybe 3rd. I think they're in 5th though. I know they were in 5th. I don't know if they were in 3rd. They got rid of them in 7th. But it would do if you were in a challenge with another character, that character would have to take a leadership check on 3 dice, and you'd have to roll under your leadership, which is typically 9 at the time. So obviously, average on 3 dice is 10. So you have to roll below average, and if you fail it, I pretty much control how you attack. So if I could have you attack, I could stab yourself with your weapon. So he'd have Dracnian. I'm like, I'll just boost up Dracnian and cut his own head off.
The worst part is because Dracnian's a demon weapon. Back then, if you rolled a 1 for his demon weapon, he would have hurt himself anyway.
He'd hurt himself anyways, yes. And then on top of all of that, the Overlord kind of like watches you kill yourself, and he's like, okay, now it's finished. And then he just attacks you at his own initiative. And he had a 3-up invulnerable save, high toughness. They were one of the best duelists in the game. The Necron Overlord was. Other than, I guess the Archon still has it with the 2-up invulnerable save, the Shadow Field. Yeah, they still have that these days. That was always kind of infamous back in the day, especially when things had a lot less attacks.
Yeah.
You're talking like 3 for a Space Marine captain with a power fist.
And then things usually only had like 3 wounds for their characters. Like 2 wound characters was quite
standard.
Standard. So if you think about like how the heresy characters are set out right now, that's pretty much how everything was, except for still a little less ridiculous with their war gear and stuff, except for Necrons.
No kidding. What I felt like now I feel like 10th edition, the pacing works well for the characters. The characters are at 4 wounds. The bigger ones are at like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You have your big monsters and vehicles. Vehicles finally feel like, I know a lot of people feel like vehicles are too strong, but like they were too weak before.
You would never take them.
Correct.
You're now seeing Land Raiders.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to see a Land Raider.
Yeah,
like when I was a kid, they were like the most powerful thing anybody
Yes.
would bring, except for like a Bane Blade, but no one would be
Super
allowed
heavies.
to.
Yeah, super
no one
heavies
was
were
allowed
always,
to.
There was always a rule about back in 6th edition. You always had to ask.
I mean,
about super
in
heavies and stuff
5th
like that.
edition, you had to ask for named characters.
That's true. Yeah, back then you always
Yeah.
had, there was always a rule. Always let your opponent know you're bringing a named character.
Yeah.
Always let your opponent know if you're bringing like a Lord of War equivalent or something like that. Or flyers too. When flyers came out, they're always like, let your opponent know you're bringing a flyer. Yeah. They were always very like, always the goal of the game. Something happened in the game where I'm sure a lot of people still do it, but there used to be this agreement before the game. I'd get my collection, I'd put it on the table, you'd have your collection, and I'm like, what kind of game do you want to play today? What are you feeling? Like, It's like, I want to play my Necrons today, and then you're like, that's okay, I don't want to play against Imhotep, though. Oh, I'm like, oh, that's fine, whatever, sure. I'll just do like a Lord.
Yeah, he'll be a Lord, that's fine, he'll still be WYSIWYG, but he won't be Imhotep. Like, you don't have to deal with his silly rules, but let's just have some fun.
That was always the discussion. Nowadays, it's like, I'm going to put whatever I want on the table, you got no option. You either play it or you don't.
I'm just going to get the Silent King is surrounded by 3 Doomsday Arcs.
That's
deal with it.
It's like it's crazy. It's crazy for people to ask like, I don't want to play against that. It's like, what do you mean you don't want to play against that? That's what I got. Like that's how the game. Now, granted, you don't need to ask anymore because everything's kind of reasonable. But there used to be like. Back in the day, you'd always kind of ask first. But then again, back in the day, they used to write pretty wild rules for things at the same time. So there was a reason you had to ask for those certain things.
And it just sort of shows the evolution of sort of gaming in general for the tabletop as well. The fact that we're at a point now where we're not really needing to ask. But like, if you know who your opponent is, you'll probably be able to like tailor to them. So if they're a newer player, you're not gonna like absolutely annihilate them.
Which you should never do.
Never do that. Never do that.
You want the hobby to grow,
Yeah.
so you gotta take a loss. It's okay to lose the game.
Yes.
The goal of the game is to win, but that should not be at all costs.
Yeah.
You know,
never be at the expense of somebody else's enjoyment.
correct.
Of the game.
And you get to make more friends.
Yeah.
You get to build the hobby. You get to introduce people to it. You get to show how cool it is. You know,
Yeah.
come on, guys. People want to play the game. Let them play the game. Don't just. Now I get it. The hobby's expensive, and I came to this realization with Sigmar recently with our open sandbox narrative campaign in Lost City, that I was hoping people were going to be coming in with more casual, kind of goofy lists.
Yeah.
But then in Sigmar, much like 40k, is taken and looked at under a competitive light a lot of the ways, because that's just the nature of it, and that's okay. But I realized it's an expensive hobby, and I got to check myself because I got this massive collection of things to play with here at like no expense.
Not everybody's going to have the same
Correct.
amount. So if they've bought something and they
invest
really
time
want,
into it,
they really want to use it, they've painted it and all that, then you kind of understand. It's a little bit of a catch-22.
Yeah, they're gonna buy things that are gonna be effective in their army. They want synergy in their army. So when people started coming by, I realized, oh, we're still playing like the match play stuff, but with a narrative take on it, which is fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
I like the match play stuff for Sigma. I was hoping for some goofy games. I didn't really get any goofy games, but that's okay. I just had to get over that hump.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it was. Same with 40k. But if I'm with 40k, no, I'm seeing a lot of similar things in 40k. But I like the Leviathan mission pack. I find it a pretty good equalizer in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I really like that now in the competitive sort of state, you can play with what was essentially the Tempest and the Maelstrom style. Like, you don't have to go, I'm going to use this one, and this one, and then we're going to try and do that. You can, because you do have fixed objectives.
Yep.
But
you're heavily rewarded for playing tactically.
You're rewarded for playing because you get more points, and you know it's a lot of fun to do that. So
you get more victory points, you get more command points, and it can frustrate your opponent's plans too because they don't know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, like if I had like loads of characters, which Necrons kind of would do normally, then you'd get assassinate and like, but if I don't have lots of stuff and then I pick tactical, you have no idea what's going to happen. You do not know what's going to go on.
Yep. Every turn's different, and you can't predict it.
Yep.
My biggest gripe with the end of 9th edition was how predictable the games ended up being.
Yeah.
You would see your opponent's objectives, you would know your objectives, and you would go, it's like, okay, you're going to get 2 there, I'm going to get 2 there, you're going to get 3, I'm going to get 2. You're going to get 3 again, I'm going to get 2, I'm going to lose by 2. It's turn 3, there's probably like 400 days, we can still roll, but we just pass.
You'll get to like midpoint through turn 2, and you're probably going to know who's going to win.
Correct. You have no idea. And they kind of took away a lot of the flair from the game. That's where I'm happy to see 10th edition bringing it back a little bit. Rein in the stratagems, chill the stratagems out. You have detachment style of play now.
The stratagems, I'm so happy.
And they're fun, and they're good. Fun. Every stratagem's good.
Yeah, every stratagem, I didn't use too many. You know, I used Hungry Void, I rezzed a character, and I used the reanimation one.
Undying Legion,
yeah, the Undying Legion. There are another.
You used Vengeful Stars too. You really wounds. So 4 out of your 6.
I used 4 out of my 6, and I was using the Epic here challenge and I used the reroll once. I think once.
A little expensive, understandable.
So we're actually it makes it. Decisions are a lot easier when you're inundated with like 3 pages of situational abilities. It's a little bit difficult to play.
Absolutely.
But the streamlining has helped a lot, and it's going to help a lot of new people as well.
Yep. Oh, it's way easier to get new people into the game. 8th edition was easy. Then it became a little complicated. Then 9th edition did not let up on that. 9th edition was a very complicated game.
9th edition was probably the least friendly edition to play.
Yes. People might say 7th edition, but once you understood the core concept of how the game played, that's all you had to worry about. That was
and let's be honest, most people weren't playing competitively.
Correct.
So you weren't going to be seeing the Wraith Knight spam and
none of that nonsense.
Stuff. You weren't seeing that nonsense.
You just don't play with those people.
You just avoided them.
And you didn't have to worry about 36 stratagems that you could do and the 36 your opponent can do and stuff like that, right? Now it's a lot more. You can even give people your little detachment sheet and this is what I could do. and then they're reading it. It's like, oh, how does this work? Then they explain it. That's it. That's all it is.
One
little paper.
All on a couple of pieces of card.
That's it.
That's it. Perfect.
Well, folks, with that, sign out there, because I got to run and do that live stream show now. Thank you again, George, for the game. That was excellent. Good luck in your game tomorrow with the Transcendent Shard, with the Scepter and Weave. I'm very happy I didn't have to deal with that. And I would love to hear what that sounds like from the other room.
Yeah, you'll probably hear it through the walls.
Yes. Happy Wargaming, everyone. Stick around for more to come.
Bye.